Good evening, folks. It's round 7 of the Tuesday night marathon, and we're watching for a short period of moments here, watching the smiling face of Hosea Stearman and from the world famous chess club in downtown San Francisco, the Mechanics Institute. I'm FIDE Master Paul Whitehead, and I'm joined here by chess room director Abel Talamentes. And we're going to talk about all the exciting things that are going on here tonight and in the future while we look at pictures from our past here. There's Halloween in the club and an old telegraph match. And I think telegraph, yeah. We're going from telegraph to internet to all kinds of different things, and
the producer.
I think there's going to be John Donaldson giving a lecture at the club. There's Hu Yifan just a couple of years ago. George Koltanowski,
Bagby,
and Charles Bagby. There's Mikhail Tal at the club playing Patrick Wolf. Koltanowski again. Many historic pictures here at the chess club, and so. I'm going to let you enjoy that for one more second. There's Boris Spassky, and now I'm going to transition over to what's the here and the now with me, Paul Whitehead. I think I'm not. Oh, here we go. Now we go. There we go.
Click it one more time.
Okay, so here we are.
And maybe one day we will be a picture in the
yeah, we already are.
We already are,
yeah.
So we're living to tell.
Yeah,
so that's good. So far.
So just quickly, above Abel and I here, you have a view into the chess club, and we're looking over the shoulder of Natalia Sodakova, who is playing Hosea Stearman on board 1 of the Tuesday night marathon with over 120 players playing. And it's a tradition that goes back all the way to 1972 when the director Ray Conway started this tournament during the Fisher boom. And it's this tournament's held 5 times a year. This is the Steve Brandwein Memorial Tuesday night marathon. Going stronger than ever. And now we have DGT technology. There's Elliot Winslow playing Eric Lee, international master Elliot Winslow versus the strongest 11-year-old chess player in the country, Eric Lee, playing there on board 2. Youth versus age.
The very extremes.
Yeah. And then on board 3, there's 2 more kids. But before we get into the chess, what's been going on in the chess club, what's going to be happening at the chess club, and there's always something crazy and exciting going on here. Abel?
Yeah, there's definitely crazy things happening in the world of chess. That is absolutely for sure. But what I want to talk about is we had teased last week the upcoming match that we're going to have with Mechanics and Marshall Chess Club.
Okay.
We pushed it up a week. It fits into Marshall's schedule a little bit better.
Okay.
So it's going to be on October 15th, Tuesday night, which still works for us because that's still an off week from our Tuesday night marathon.
Fantastic.
So that's set in stone.
It's on Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. 15th October.
15th of October.
Historic match. Grudge match. Historic grudge match.
Yeah. It'll be a fun match, but we want to win. You're getting compliments on the stream about your hat.
Oh, my hat.
So,
yeah, okay, good. And
Daniel
if you
Perloff.
like my hat, folks, You might like my sunglasses as well.
That is
All I need is a glass of whiskey and a cigarette. I'm not going to shock you guys too much. Who knows? We might make that a permanent.
We're going to create a monster movie.
Permanent fixture.
So anyway, so that's so that's exciting, and that's coming up. And the other big thing we did today is Judith and I, along with Jim Eade, who was a former director of the Mechanics Institute Chess Club.
Yeah, he's the guy who wrote The Idiot's Guide to Chess.
The Idiot's Guide to Chess.
We have.
Wait.
Okay, you're going.
So Jim Eade, Judith, me, and Patrick Wolf.
The guy who wrote
No. Jim Eade was Chess for Dummies.
Chess for Dummies.
Patrick Wolf was The Idiot's Guide to Chess.
I mean, what is it?
So both of them, along with Judith and I, went to Twitch headquarters. I even told Patrick, I go, hey, it's kind of funny.
It's like we got a corner on Chess for Dummies.
It's like we got the Chess for Dummies author and the Idiot's Guide author. We're both going to Twitch headquarters. It's like, what's happening here?
Right.
But just on a side note, so Patrick, I guess the Idiot's Guide to Chess is getting rebranded. So just today, the new book came out for Patrick Wolf.
Okay.
So the Idiot's Guide to Chess got rebranded as Play Chess Like a Boss.
Oh, okay.
And that
I kind of prefer the old title, but go on.
And that got released today.
Wow, good for Patrick.
Yeah, so it got released today. So that was good for him.
And we're gonna be
plugging it. He's gonna be here. He's doing a book event on October 22nd, which is the first round of the new TNM.
And will he be on our broadcast?
Yeah. He'll be on the broadcast. We're actually going to broadcast him inside the chess room, because before the TNM, he'll be doing a talk in there.
And then he'll come in here and chat with me and you. And
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So.
Very cool.
So that'll be nice. So we went to Twitch headquarters. Jim Eade had some questions regarding Twitch. So, I reached out to the people there, Michael Brancato and Manas Paldi. I said, hey, he wants to learn a little bit more about Twitch.
So do I. I mean, I went there and we're streaming on Twitch, and I must confess I'm ignorant about a lot of what they're capable of.
And they're really good. They really tried to break it down, because they knew, all of us are really learning, the capabilities. The capabilities. We're a little seasoned, but it was really informative. They were really helpful. They're really generous, because they let us eat at the cafeteria, which was phenomenal in there. It's unbelievable. So but no, it was a great meeting. We talked about the match that's coming up. They're very supportive of that. So
now instead of a 3 martini lunch, it's a acai bowl lunch.
That was fantastic. It was like great steak taco with the beans. But one of the interesting conversations that came up regarding all of that was, we've always been talking here inside this office about starting kind of clubs playing each other. We've even talked about it in the broadcast with Juan over there and us and Judith.
Right. And we're issuing a challenge. Chess clubs, come on, let's go. We want to play you.
And then it kind of like translated into this match with Marshall, in terms of, okay, not only will it be a fun match to have club against club, but do it in a way where it gives viewers a look into our club and into their club and seeing that. But, what came out of the conversations we had today is like, this could be sort of potentially the springboard for doing matches with other clubs across the country. So
and sort of a inter-club league.
Yeah, like sort of like a league. And I was like thinking, wouldn't that be something exciting for the chess community, just to kind of have that? What clubs would be interested? How do we organize that? So it's kind of like going through our heads, like, how can we kind of promote, such a thing? Would other chess clubs be interested in that? So we're really curious. Judith and I are on the chess club committee with the USCF, and we're working on ways that we think would engage other club players, other chess clubs, to kind of be a part of this community where we play each other, interact with each other. So just a lot of ideas. So let's see where this goes with the Mechanics Marshall match. I think it's really exciting. It'll be very cool. But we're wondering if other clubs would be interested in something like this. So if you're watching out there, or if you're a part of a club, or you run a club, just hit us up on the chat, or and then we'll see what we can do. It's sort of like a minor league team trying to,
right.
How do we get something started? But
hey, you guys, Tony, you gotta keep it down. We're just, we can't hear ourselves think.
So so
somebody wants Daniel Perlov on Twitch wants to know our lineup. Is that a secret, or is that?
It's not a secret, but we don't have the full lineup yet, and I don't want to announce, part of the lineup. So we're gonna wait, but I think we have another week to submit the lineup. We have to make a couple of changes from what we had originally planned, because there are a couple of players that played a tournament last weekend where they actually went over the limit because they did so well.
Oh, wow.
So so the games are going to be broadcast online, so our players will be playing from inside the Mechanics Institute,
and we get to peer over their shoulders at their laptops or something like that.
Well, we'll have a camera in the room. I mean, that's the idea, that we're going to have a camera in the room to kind of show the club, right? So everybody on their computer will be inside the room playing.
Right, and actually, we're going to get mannequins of the Marshall players, and we'll be sitting them at the board opposite our players.
And that'll be like the stand-in player, right?
Yeah, we get mannequins, and then
so Rafa 44, hello. So
Rafa 44, hello on Twitch.
And so we'll see what develops, and we'll have our lineup set within the next week. But we'll know the lineup well before the actual.
So, and what are the breakdowns of how many boards is it? I know you told us last week, but for
those who missed out last week. So it's 10 players each side. It's 2 players each from 2 under 2,500, 2 under 2,300, 2 under 2,100, 2 under 1,900, and 2 under 1,700.
Wow.
And they play 2 games, white and black, against the same opponent.
Oh, so it's like a rapid, it's going to be rapid.
And it is rapid. It's game 25 plus 5.
Wow. Okay, so that's October 15th. And what's happening on October 26th?
So the 22nd is the start of the new Tuesday night marathon.
Okay,
but October 26th, actually, we have a lot of action going on in October.
Yeah. 4 streaming days.
A lot of action.
Yeah.
You ready for that one? You ready for the action?
I'm going to rapid and what else?
There you go.
The Marshall.
Oh, yes.
So October 26th, Saturday, is going to be our the Cal Chess State Rapid Championship.
And any early turnouts for that? Grandmasters? Do we know any?
We expect strong players to turn out for that.
Yeah. Bobby Fischer going to play?
Probably not.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, we got one strong player that just committed, Daniel Perlov.
Okay,
so
very
he'll be
cool.
there. He committed. And then
it's far in the future.
And then the next day will be the Cal Chess. This will be on Sunday, the Cal Chess State Blitz Championship. So both of those events are going to be here at Mechanics.
And they have guaranteed prize funds?
It's based on 90. Yeah. $5,000.
Nice.
And the last time we offered 5,000 based on 90, we got 90.
Yeah.
So it'll be a full house both days. We'll be broadcasting both events.
And it'll be held in our beautiful chess rooms,
Yeah.
of which you can see up, get a peek in over there above our heads.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be really busy because the rapid time control, blitz time. Games end quick. Lots of action, a lot of rounds, which is kind of exciting because whoever wins their section, it's going to be a pretty determinative win because of the number of rounds involved.
And these, both of those events are going to be directed by yourself and Judith?
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll be here for both, for everything actually.
Okay,
So,
terrific.
So well, October will be kind of a big month. Saturday, it was kind of the calm before the storm month. We're regrouping and setting up, and then we're going to go crazy in October.
Yeah, I urge everybody to find out what's going on at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club at www.chessclub.org. You can also find us on social media at Mechanics Chess. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Facebook, and
Mechanics
sometimes
Chess.
Twitter. Yeah, Mechanics Chess. We're taking off.
If you follow what we do here on Tuesday night, subscribe because if you subscribe to our channel, anytime we add new content or for our events, you'll be aware. So a lot of stuff.
Really exciting stuff going on here at the Mechanics Chess Club. Including the games that are going on above our heads. We have...
And this is round 7 of 9.
Round 7 of 9.
Oh, and another thing that is kind of some news. Not sure if we talked about it last week, but... So, some of our TNMs are 7 round, some are 8.
Or they're 8 and 9 rounds.
Some are 9,
yeah,
like this one's 9, which is a lot.
8 and 9 rounds.
So Judith was looking over at the tournament calendar for next year, and she was saying, why are we doing it 7 round, 8 round, 9 round?
Well, we're just doing 8 and 9 rounds. We don't do 7.
You don't do 7.
Yeah.
So she's all, why are we doing 8 and 9 rounds? And then she said if we plan it right, we can actually do 6 TNMs, all 7 rounds.
That's a strange idea.
So that's how it's mapped out.
Not so much of a marathon if it's only 7 rounds, but yeah.
Yeah, but there was an argument made by someone which was pretty valid that
Is it
for
holidays? I'm not sure why it was figured out the way it was traditionally.
I don't know. But the thing is that players don't get the ratings from this for like over 2 months, right?
Okay.
And a lot of people like to play an event and finish an event and get the rating, and 9 rounds is kind of a stretch, especially FIDE rating. And a lot of our players are kids where getting their games rated actually have real consequences in terms of qualification for some World Youth events and the rating and what have you. So it's not that we made that decision to cater to that crowd, but it seemed to it just makes more sense to me to have a consistent number of rounds, and just why not have 6 events?
So we're having 6 7-round events.
6 7-round events.
Next, and they're all Tuesday night marathons.
Yeah.
And with 2-week breaks in between.
Yes.
Huh. So it works out that way too.
And
interesting.
And the other thing that came up, which was interesting, so we had one of our players bring up a question.
Does anybody want a goldfish?
Clarence Lehman, one of our regulars, kind of brought up, so the way we structure the marathon now is, it's in 3 sections. Interesting game there. It's in 3 sections with 2,000 plus, 1,600 to 1999, and then under 1,600.
Okay.
But we allow, if you're within 200 points, to play up and
right.
Pay an extra fee. it's something we discussed actually when we decided to change the sections, whether we should have a TNM that has different formats, different formats, just to add some variety to the TNM. So one is to just do it the way it's always been done, is to have a TNM where it's one big open section, or where we have two sections. So like I think it would have to be a 1600 plus or in an under 1600. So I'm curious, kind of, what people think about that. So if anyone wants to hit us up, email or chat. Adding variety could be cool. But we actually talked about it, but just, we've been seeing success with the other format. But it could also be nice to have some that have sort of a different variety in format. So I don't know. What do you think about that? Just talking.
I think well, the Tuesday night marathons, going way back, I think they used to actually be like 10 rounds or 12 rounds. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
When they started out. Now, then John Donaldson, I think that they segued into 8 and 5 tournaments over the year, 3 8 rounds, 2 9 rounds. They were always open tournaments. You, since you've come along, you've changed the format to where it's now in 3 sections, and I think it's been very successful. And that there have been some people that have said that they miss playing the really strong players, but they were all getting crushed. And now there's more opportunity to make for lower players to make money. So I think maybe if we're going to have how many 6 Tuesday night marathons?
I figure maybe we do 4 in the 3 section, and then have 1 open, and then 1 in 2, and just kind of see.
I think what we've found out is that you are willing to experiment and are open to all these different ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I see the value of it too, of just having a little bit of diversity, because for those that like, and of course it's lower rated players having an opportunity to.
Hey, bring on some snacks. I'm waiting for you guys to bring us some snacks.
So we're having comments in the chat.
Yeah, who is Paulo Moran? Mariela Fernandez, I'm not sure.
He visited from Chile a long time ago, remember?
That's right.
He's the guy
That's
from
right.
Chile. He was on the stream with us.
Yeah.
He was on the stream. Okay,
That's right. Yeah,
that's
he came
right.
down. Actually, we have a player that's playing in the Annex right now who's from Tunisia. And he actually came and visited the club, and he's over there playing some Skittles.
Yeah, people come from all over the world to this chess club, which makes sense. San Francisco is an international city.
Yeah.
We have visitors from all over the world, and this is a very famous chess club. Been here forever. The oldest chess club in the United States. Yeah. So my one concern about is that if you have 6 7 round tournaments, that you might not get as many players for each one. Maybe you would. I don't know. I think it's a possibility that
it's 6 7 round tournaments for next year, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And
so it's all equal rounds, 7 rounds?
Right. And you were able to fit that in. It sounds like a great idea. I think you should be able to. And you'll pick up players that you couldn't get in other tournaments.
And the other thing that makes the 9 round a little bit challenging is the rating. So imagine you start playing in the early August, right, or mid-August, and you don't get the rating. The games are not submitted until early October.
Right.
So it's going to affect the November supplemental rating, whatever you played in August and September.
And
now,
yeah, and probably you're going to say the same. You know, some of these kids, you know, they're kind of counting on these games
Right.
for qualifying for certain events.
Yeah, it's funny. I never would have thought of that. I never
Yeah.
would have thought about it.
And it's also like supplemental rating are important for players. So and it's funny because when you submit a tournament, it actually has a note that if you have 5 or 6 or more rounds or 6 or more weeks, then you really have to submit the tournament intermittent during the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I followed up with US Chess, how do I do that but still keep as one event? When you show up in the tournament history, you can do that. So either you
Right.
submit it 2 parts and then, you know, TNM part 1, TNM part 2.
That just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. So
And the charges.
the charge should
Is
be
it
the
the same?
same,
Yeah.
or well,
That's funny
no,
that you can
because
actually rate half
Yeah.
the tournament before it's over.
should be.
You can rate a tournament before it's over.
Well, the partial games, right? The
Okay,
games
partial.
what already been played. You can always rate that.
That's so interesting. I have no idea.
But
Yeah.
yeah, actually, so because the overall rating has some
Hey, there we go.
has some impact on the overall
We were
tournament.
just bragging about come on. So we have Manas Paldi here
Hi, Manas.
from Twitch, and we were just talking how
Well, we were talking about ratings, but
we're talking.
About Tuesday night marathon and.
That looks pretty nice.
Thank you. Yeah. It's well. Wait, I'll get the sunglasses. and
yeah,
then you'll
he's very cool.
Here we go. Here we
He's
go.
very cool.
Well, let's ask. There you go.
Okay,
That's it
now
right there.
Many of luck, right?
Yeah,
Wearing the sunglasses at night.
looks like a poker player with like a cap and
Right. Yeah.
You know, the chess godfather.
Right.
One of the things we're talking about is the TNM because people have been bringing up with the
People are saying hi to you, Manas, on Twitch.
diversifying the format so that we do one that's open section or do one that's a 2 section just to kind of mix it up. Whether that would actually be interesting for players because then just to do something that is different. Kind of where do you stand on that? Because you're a 2,000 player, so like it doesn't affect you. You'll always play in the top section, but like how would you feel if like we did a 1,600 and above section where you might play a 1,600 in the first round, or in the open section where you could get paired with a 1,400 potentially round one. Like where do you stand on that? Like honestly, like as players, like where do like I have my personal feelings as a player, but like what do you think?
So if I take it in the context of the other tournaments that I have been playing here, most of the tournaments here have been open so far.
Right.
Like they have started changing the format recently, but
Yeah.
until say last year, all the tournaments were open. So the first
Sure, like even the weekend 5 rounds
Yeah, the-
open.
the weekend tournaments, that's
Yeah.
what I was talking about. The first 3 rounds, if you are say 1,800 plus, the first 3 rounds you get paired down,
Sure.
and the last 2 rounds you get
Right.
1,800 plus. So I think it depends a lot on the players. I personally don't mind who I'm playing. I don't look so much into the rating of the person I'm playing.
Yeah.
I just want a good game.
The event,
right?
yeah. Just really
So-
think about the event. Yeah, because one of the challenges that we've had, especially with like the higher rated players and like the higher like 2,300 plus, is that they kind of shy away from it because it involves a lot of risk for sort of low return, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because for them, all it takes is one draw against a 1,900, and it's a big hit, right, to the rating.
It's interesting. We seem to have the same sort of turnout. I mean, like rating. We did have Patrick Wolf play that one time, but now it's again after. This is like the third Tuesday night marathon now.
But
it seems to have kind of gotten back into its old.
But it's this
range from like 2,350, 2,400 down to.
The range might be the same, but the type of opponents they're playing is significantly different.
That's for sure.
So what would it be like now then for? Okay, let's assume we have the same range of ratings and players, right? But now they're going to play, say, 8 rounds against much more similarly rated opponents versus where it's all over the spectrum. Like, what's that experience like now for the player? Like, is that a more enhancing experience? Is it better for them? Is it more exciting for them, or does it not even matter?
You're right. I think Hosea might not have played if it wasn't if there were a lot of there was an incentive for him to play because there were stronger players.
I'll make an argument that Karen Griffith probably wouldn't have played because he was by far the high. I mean, he was the highest rated.
2450. So, yeah.
Like he would not. I don't think.
I want to get my rating up, and a lot of times the recommendation I get is don't play in open sections because a draw, like you mentioned, against a 17 or 1800 is going to bring my rating down, whereas like a draw against a 2200 is actually going to get my rating up.
Right.
So I think that will definitely bias some people who are motivated by like rating or so on. But I don't know how many people are actually motivated.
And actually, to strengthen your argument as well, I mean, the argument about having it in 3 sections is that when I used to play in class tournaments, and you could always play up, but it was always foolish to play up into the open section if you were like a 1400 player. You were just going to get killed. It was not in your, the weak player that played way up or played into the open section usually didn't learn as much as they thought they were going to learn.
And oftentimes it's not even about them wanting to learn something. I think in the mind they might think that they're wanting to learn something, but it's really about feeling like you have that underdog shot to do something, right? Even though you're a significant underdog, right? But it becomes not really truly about playing such a high-rated player to learn something. It's about wanting to get that upset, right? And you just can't be motivated by wanting to upset a top player. Like, that should not be the motivation of...
Daniel Perloff does make the point that he says he does learn more playing up. I think that we can satisfy all these people by having a tournament where it's an open tournament and let them try that. And plus, there are plenty of open tournaments for people to play in. But I think you've made a good change with the format.
No, it's good to experiment with it. I mean, and it doesn't mean that we have to keep it exactly like that. Although it's kind of Judith's decision.
We already have a mix, right? Some of the weekend tournaments are already open.
But that's turning around. So for a lot of the people that follow us, it's like, we have our weekend events, but I mean that's sort of going to be changing. If you looked at our tournament calendar for 2020,
yes. The October one is actually sections, right?
Yeah, it's already.
Daniel Perloff says his motivation is that it's both the upset and learning that makes people more interested.
But Daniel Perloff is kind of a very different case because he has a lot of enthusiasm. He loves to play. I know that he loves to learn from like his games, right. But sort of like the more typical player. The ones that talk to me about why they don't like the 3-section tournaments is they say that they play better when they play better when they play stronger players, and like my argument against that would be, well, you have to be able to perform in your own section.
I also definitely think the way I play against someone who's 300 points rated lower versus someone who is similar rating or 200 points higher,
what I think
is way different.
I think that there's a good argument that can be made in all cases. I think it's going to be up to the organizers to be what kind of tournaments they want to have in the club or wherever chess tournaments are held, what they think as a chess player myself, I find it very difficult to sort of get behind the thinking one way or the other because I see both sides of the argument. I really do. I see as a player wanting to improve, wanting to play up, and always wanting to play stronger players. I also see the argument that, like, hey, I want to win some money. I want to I don't want to get clobbered. I just want to play people that are. So it's kind of an argument that can go both ways in a way.
So JMC Chess, which I think is John McCumsky, it says one aspect not being mentioned regarding those who only want to play up are frequently looking for rating points, but also do not want to play someone in the section they qualify for with a lower rating. So as a tournament director and organizer, I frequently see this. So these very same people that are wanting to play up, right? When they get paired against someone in their own section that's lower rated that also played up, they absolutely do not want to play that player,
right, because they played up because they want to play stronger players. They don't want to play the players that they tried to avoid by playing up.
Exactly. And you give that argument is that but they're complaining now about themselves. Right? And so
it's kind of
they want to be the exception.
I never see it where someone wanted to play up, they play up, and then when they're in their own section, somebody else plays up, and then they're happy about it. They hate it.
Right.
Why is that? Why am I paired against the lower?
I like I said, I think this is just something that can cut both ways, and I really think it's the organizers that have to kind of figure out what's right for the particular events and for because I see it cutting both. I see the arguments cutting both ways.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong probably with this, and if we diversify the events and just offer a little something, for that crowd, that's fine. This is I don't consider this like a controversial.
Yeah, I mean, if I look at the top
either.
level chess, the super GMs, they often play the top super GM tournaments. But something like the Chess.com's Isle of the Man, they are also going to play that where their initial rounds they're going to be paired with someone.
Not enough.
And the thing is those are fun actually to watch.
Yeah.
Just because that's a true opportunity for an upset or something like to happen. So I understand that aspect of it. And maybe that's a good point to say, okay, regarding our TNM. I mean, if you look at our 2020 mechanics schedule, we have the G40, G75, but then we have many now G90 plus 30 tournaments. It's going to be a much more diverse.
I'm so much looking forward
offering.
to the G90 ones.
I mean,
I'll tell you,
the G90 we had here, the Addison Memorial, that was our biggest tournament. We had 90 players. We broadcast it. It was fun. I think everyone had a fantastic experience.
Hello, Kitty. So, by the way, I have a question. For the weekend tournaments, we don't have the DGT boards to follow.
We don't.
Why is that?
We could do that. The hard part is that there's usually one tournament director, which oftentimes is me. Mm-hmm. And it would be actually difficult to manage doing that with getting everything together in the room and getting the pairings up, and because even tonight we have Juan here that's exclusively manages those boards. We have 3 TDs here.
So it's not like you just set up the board once and they go on for the whole tournament.
No, because you got to go to the computer, and then if something goes wrong, it's for us. We really want to represent quality, and the thing is that if something goes wrong and if there's one tournament director, I don't want to be stuck in a situation where people are counting on the broadcast and then it's just like not up and there's just no way to fix it. It's just a bad look. I'd rather not run it at all if we're not going to have kind of someone that has full attention on it.
I think also those tournaments are, maybe I could see maybe the top 5 boards or maybe something like that. DGT, we could run DGT boards, but they're not probably
now
high. Yeah, go ahead.
Now to answer what I think you're going for, the G90 events that we have, I think we'll always plan to broadcast those.
Okay.
So those weekend events where you have G90 plus 30, we'll definitely broadcast those. Just because
There's some guaranteed prize funds and some strong
guaranteed
players.
prize funds, and actually what I've been saying to a lot of people is that when we offer the guaranteed prize funds, bring in kind of the competition, but
And the excitement.
they don't come for the money per se. They come because they know that prize fund's going to bring
Other
stronger
good-
competition, right?
Right.
So, and with the stronger competitions here, then like every broadcast game is like a good game that the community wants to watch, right? So, yeah.
Have you considered the G90 games are still Swiss, right?
Yeah.
I know like some of my friends who are in Seattle, there are these weekend tournaments which are actually round robin.
Sure.
You have to
Quads.
Huh?
Like quads?
Quads, yeah.
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 So are we going to have any of those in 2020?
We don't have that planned yet, although Judith kind of manages the tournament schedule. She said everything. We don't have any like quads planned for that. I know she's not opposed to quads at all. I'm not opposed to quads at all. Yeah, I mean that might be something that gets kind of stronger player because they're guaranteed to play someone similarly strength. I guess we would do a prize fund and then the winner takes all. Something like that. It doesn't even
And
have to be a big prize fund.
Those are the tournaments where if you 3 or 4 days in advance, you know your quad, you can actually prepare.
Yeah.
Whereas in Swiss, you have no idea who you are going to play.
I'm pretty sure John McCumsky is on the block, and you know this is the thing. It's like, you know, if you want to run a quality event, we just need the number of TDs. So we have Judith and I here, but we also have Andy Schley. We have Juan that he manages the broadcast and the cameras.
This could not be done by one.
Yeah,
What we're doing
Paul
tonight could not be done by
exclusively-
one person.
Paul exclusively on the broadcast. So there's actually a lot of
I put the pens on the board too. And the score sheets.
and just like for example today we have a leak on the roof of the men's
Of the
room.
building,
That's being taken care of, right? So we called the maintenance people, but that's an example. Like if we had like one TD here, and I think last year oftentimes there was just one TD, it just has the potential to create some chaos. But having more TDs just gives us the freedom to be able to do more things that enhance.
We're in a unique position here, and we're like in terms of other clubs playing other chess clubs or something. We're not asking you to set up your whole thing like we are, but maybe just meet us with a few DGT boards and on chess.com and let's go.
I just need to give a shout out. In the camera angle you see Rui watching Eric Lee's game, and just want to give a shout out to her because she took the bronze medal in the girls 12 and under World Youth.
Where was that?
It was in China.
In China.
China, yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to her. She went into the last round with the lead.
Wu Yan.
Yeah, had a tough final round, but I believe her time will come. I think she'll be a world champion.
Rochelle wasn't playing, right?
Huh?
Rochelle wasn't playing.
She was not. She was not, but she would be in an older age category.
Yeah.
So she'll have. She performed amazing at the girls, the U.S. Girls Championship.
So have some incredibly talented youngsters playing here at the club.
Yeah.
And then Eric Lee, who just this past weekend crossed 2,300.
He's playing right there, playing International Master Elliot Winslow on board too.
Yeah.
We're going to look at these games in a little bit here.
Yeah, and Eric Lee is having. I mean, he beat Carla Heredia at the Berkeley Open. He just run into Stearman in the final round.
Stearman's in the red shirt and the white hat there, playing Sotokova.
If I remember, in one of the simul's, Eric got very close to a draw, right?
Yeah, he got close to a draw with Jeffries Young.
Yes,
With Jeffrey Jean.
In
That was the
January.
last game to finish.
I was watching that.
Yes.
And I was like,
That was the final game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was close. I actually distinctively remember I said, man, this was close. And Paul's looking at that game. He's like, yeah, but this 2700 is going to work his queen around.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it's
I
exactly,
predicted exactly.
how it played out.
Yeah. Yeah, it
But
was-
yeah,
Are you like a super GM in hiding?
no, but I've been around the block. I've seen a few. I've
Positions.
played. I've beaten some grandmasters in my time, so I know my way around the chessboard.
and actually we'll just make a mention that 2 of the players that have given us simul this year at our club are still alive in the FIDE World Cup.
That's right.
Jeffrey Young and Mohamed Yarov.
And Mamajirov. Yeah.
So
And they
if you
blanked-
come and play a simul here, you will go far in the FIDE World Cup. I'm just stands to reason.
Not to mention that we had Caruana here as well. I can remember.
Actually,
I'm going to keep remembering
I
that.
actually brag to everyone that I beat Caruana. He actually came to Twitch headquarters.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
There was Pro Chess League, so Twitch organized like
Oh, that's
an
right.
event. All of those came. I beat Caruana a few times
You did at
Yeah.
what?
at foosball,
I was gonna say
Foosball.
backgammon.
but I beat him.
Good. Good.
That can go on your headstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to talk to Caruana here and Mamajirov, and this has just been so amazing to sit here and just be a silly guy and meet all these great people. It's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's
I'm
funny
really
to-
lucky.
And on camera, right? And you like rewatch
Yeah, on
the
camera wearing a
interviews and-
silly hat and
Caruana was telling a lot of stories about how at St. Louis, a lot of like GMs gathered together once and they were having bets going on, like Eric Hansen versus Caruana with some time odds, and people are betting like hundreds of dollars on one side or the other, and how the stakes got really high to like thousands of dollars.
really
So-
betting on each other's games and stuff like that.
yeah, like both of you are playing with say some odds, and someone is betting on you,
Uh-huh.
someone is betting on Abel, and stakes go into thousands.
Like, what odds do you give? Like time or
I think it was like
Piece.
time odds.
pieces?
Yeah,
Pieces
Wow,
of
they
time.
sounds like they got a lot of money to throw around.
yeah.
Back in the day, I don't think our grandmasters had that much money to throw around.
So yeah, no, a lot of ideas, a lot of happenings, clubs, formats, all kinds of stuff going on in mechanics.
The Monday Night Rapids is also pretty good. I'm going to play the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a Monday night rapid at the last Monday of
Yeah.
every.
We had the U.S. Open
month.
champ play the last one.
That's right.
Yeah, Ilya.
Ilya Nizhnik.
Wasn't that
Nizhnik?
Hikaru? The US Open champ? You mean Sam Shankland?
No, the U.S. Open.
US
Not
Open.
the U.S.
Oh, okay,
closed.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and the National Open champ.
He was a nice
He
kid,
won
and
both.
he crushed everybody.
I did well in my simul game.
hmm One day we'll have to look at that. Abe.
Yeah, that might be the best game I ever played. Was
Wow.
I've actually done all right in simuls. I drew Susan Polgar in a simul.
Wow.
Yeah, I laminated the.
I've given some samples, but I never played in any.
That was
Isn't
actually one of the
funny?
better games, which is kind of funny
Yeah.
because I play an over the board game and I'm absolutely terrible, but for some reason in a simul, I can like turn it on and
Yeah.
I turn it on before I blow the position. But
I feel in a like a proper tournament game the stakes are way different because like there is like rating involved and it's going to be kind of on record and whatnot.
yeah, and when you're playing a simul, you're sort of expecting to lose, but then it comes to that point in the game where wait, maybe maybe I got something here.
And if I'm playing a GM, I can play risky moves.
Sure.
So coming back to the discussion about playing a low-rated player versus a high-rated player, if I'm playing someone low-rated than me, I would be very skeptic, like not happy going into Droish endgame, Rook endgame with equal number of pawns. I'll be like, it's draw. I probably want to keep things complicated.
Yeah, Elliot drew a game against one of the simul givers.
Ilya, it was Ilya Nishnik.
It was against Ilya Nizhnik.
That's
Okay,
right.
so
That was the second.
so Hansen drew a game with Cortines.
Marty Cortines, yeah. He was, I think he was standing right outside the door.
Is that right, Marty Cortines?
Yeah, open
right?
that door. Open that door.
Oh, nobody's there now.
Excuse me.
Uh,
You drew Eric Hansen in a simul, right?
Yeah, I did.
You want to talk about that real quick? 'Cause
Yeah,
we
come
just have. Oh, you're in the middle of the game. yeah. But yeah, so
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Sure, I'd love to talk about it.
We just happen to be talking about it now, and then he opens the door, and then
And
you're
there I
standing
am.
there.
You want to
Like
use the
magic.
computer?
So,
What was that?
You want to use the computer? TD approved.
so
Magic
we'll
powers.
let you go. And so
Yeah, there's a chess tournament going on out there.
So that was, it was the day after the Rapid Championship. Erica Hansen came down and did a simul. It was fun because there were a lot of people here. Anna Rudolph was here.
The Pro Chess League, you mean, right?
The Pro
Yeah, the Pro
Chess
Chess
League,
League.
yeah, Pro Chess
What
League.
is it?
So many things are going on here. It's hard to
Too much
keep
stuff,
up.
If you haven't watched Anna Rudolph, she streams a lot on Twitch,
Yes.
and like her videos are so educative.
And actually, what I'm seeing from Botez, I don't know if Anna Rudolph does it, but now they're also streaming like gaming.
Yeah,
gaming,
yeah,
just
yeah,
gaming.
yeah.
stuff,
Yeah. So it's almost like a
Yeah,
crossover.
we're probably not going to be able to do that.
If we do that here, we'll hold a
Yeah,
whatever
darts. Darts. I think we're going to start a little dart thing here, maybe.
You have like a lot of PCs set
See-
up, and you do a
see
Fortnite
the, see
championship.
the wall behind
that
us?
door. Yeah.
That door. We've had an idea of using a dartboard.
And,
So who knows? Maybe there'll be some other games going on.
If we have any kind of frustrations of anything, we can pin it up there and take shots at it.
So, what I like about darts is that it'll be a real physical game of darts, not just some kind of virtual dart game. But somebody could get hurt.
I think there's a chance that we may be going off the rails here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Manas take the helm here and have you guys check out the games.
Okay.
This looks
And
very
everyone that's on the chat, thank you for joining in and enjoy
Absolutely.
their very flawed human commentary.
Okay. All right. Abel, I'm going to take your name off of here.
Take me
And
off.
Manas, I hope your name is on here.
No, it's not. But don't worry about it. That's fine.
You'd be surprised. We might have you, but we might not.
I think we do have
I'm not good enough to make it there.
Yeah, you are. But maybe not. No, it doesn't look like it. It probably would take me too long to
And
figure
that's
out
okay.
how to
You
type
can
it
do
in. So I'll just take Abel's name off.
Yeah.
I actually have to take us both off and then just put my name and okay. I'm here with, look at that. Did you
Yes.
see that? Whoa.
I like that. Yeah.
Good. I'm here with Manas Paldi, and I guess we're a couple of hours now into the round, so let's look at some chess games.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
This actually got interesting. I was following it while we were talking about all the tournaments.
Yeah.
I really like playing C4 exchanges there.
Let's go from board one, though. I want to
Sure.
go. I want to go to. Hold on a second here. Interact. Let's do it, everybody. Okay. Let's go up to board one and just make our way down here. And we'll start. We haven't looked at any of this, so we'll start from the beginning. And this is women's FIDE master Natalia Sodakova versus the tournament leader, the guy who's running away with the tournament, Hosea Stearman, FIDE master Hosea Stearman. Chessman 102 says Mike Walder has been crushing it lately. Tonight seems no exception. We're going to look at it. And Chandrika Ganesh from Facebook says hi. Hello. And I'm trying to keep up with that too. So let's see. Sicilian. And Sodakova is playing the closed Sicilian, which is something that Hosea plays with white. And a little bit unorthodox, although this is all within the realm of book, or not necessarily book, but just white wants to play c3 without black playing knight takes e2 check. But this doesn't look like black should be too worried here. And white plays d4. So it's a complicated game. It's in all kinds of ways here. And Black's probably thinking of playing f takes e4, and which he does, and leaving White with a sort of a isolated pawn at f4. But this is very complicated. White could play
Board 10
d5.
is finished. Rook b3 mate is the last move. And it's black one.
Okay. A complicated position. I'm not going to call it yet. Let's just keep going down here. This is Elliot Winslow versus Eric Lee, and
All the same, yeah.
it's a Sicilian. It's a Naudorf Sicilian with Bishop g5, Knight g7,
So rook b3.
Queen e2. I know Bishop c4 is played there too. I don't know much book, opening book. White retreats this way.
Rook d1 probably? Okay, f3.
f3.
That's rook.
I'm not impressed with White's play here, with the queen to e2 and then the queen back to d2 and the bishop to g5 and then the bishop back to e3. You know, this is just not.
But it's probably fine. At least the bishop move is probably fine because he at least created a hook on h6.
Yeah.
So, queen move, I agree. The bishop move, I'm kind of okay.
I feel like black is doing fine here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying black is not doing fine, but I'm saying black is not terrible.
And black seems to have already won a pawn. Bishop f5. I don't know. I'm just completely unconvinced by White's play in this.
Wait, can't white go bishop takes a6? Bishop takes back, then I take the knight. And if you take the bishop, I take your bishop, you take my rook, I take your rook. And it's kind of weird. So white could win back the pawn, right?
Yeah, but black also could just play bishop takes bishop, queen takes knight, and then bishop c4 or something.
Oh, actually,
like
you
that.
simply have queen takes c2, so never mind.
Yeah, that and that's queen c2 check too.
So,
Yeah, this is just I don't like the way White's played this, and so black is at least equal. These are the two youngsters on board 3, two strong experts, and this was a French defense with h6, and I've seen that move before. Let's see what happens. Bishop e3, knight f6, e5, 4c5. Fairly standard sort of play here. And this
Is that
is
standard?
either a good move or yeah, it could be. The struggle is for the d4 square here, and White is playing for that. Yeah.
For a second, can I pull you away?
Oh, for sure.
Question. The tournament entry form template.
Okay, I think I can find that.
This is a live broadcast. There's real business to be done.
I'll try to make some comments, and then Paul will come and he'll be like, "You don't know anything about chess."
John Shan can take the seat on the counter.
So, what happened here? B4, the queen goes back, rook d1.
New flyers form.
I'm Paul now. Did you guys see board 10?
No.
So if you click on board 10, they just finished.
Okay.
So those are the top under 1600 board. And we have a very interesting couple. John.
Registration.
No.
Oh.
One more. There you go. So we have John and Sterling.
Okay, now
Sterling has been crushing everyone. He's really good tournaments in the past and really good games. And John is an unrated player.
Okay.
So
nice.
with round 7 top boards, that's quite.
Ooh, this is very interesting move. Queen takes c7 because it allows rook c8, but then you can take on b7. It gets very interesting very quickly.
Yeah.
So queen takes c7 was played.
Yeah.
If black goes rook c8, queen into b7. maybe a knight d7 is possible,
Or
given the
knight
2 pawns.
c6.
Or
What was played?
rook c8 was played.
Yeah.
Queen takes. Knight c6.
I saw. I predicted it up to here. And what did white play?
Queen goes back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Knight d4 maybe? Rook
Yeah, I was
b8?
thinking knight d4 or even queen bishop c2, right?
Well, rook b8 looks strong too.
Rook b8 is strong too, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
I
even
did
stronger.
like taking on c7 a lot,
Yeah.
just giving all the initiative.
Now knight d4 possibly. I would think so.
Yeah, knight d4. That makes a lot of sense.
And then rook c2.
knight
and
d4
that's-
was played, and he took back. Wow, that's brave of taking back.
Well,
Rook c2, rook e8 doesn't
Yeah.
make a lot of sense.
what was played?
Rook c2 was played. Queen takes pawn. Okay, still going for the material, but b2 is also hanging. So now rook b takes
Bishop
b2.
e4. Hold on, because bishop e4 and queen takes f2 check.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
In fact, that looks close to winning.
But the boy is good.
Bishop
Now
e4.
king g1.
Give away the queen.
Just hopeless.
Yep.
Queen f2 check. Or queen d4 even better.
e4. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely crushing game.
Oh, he took with the. Wasn't it a mate in two? Rook
Yeah.
takes and then queen.
This
b.
is mate in 2 as well.
Oh, this is
Oh no, he's got
No.
that move.
And then,
Rook
yeah.
b3 mate.
rook b3.
Or king d1.
That's also a
rook,
mate,
knight-
It's very
bishop
beautiful.
b3 mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Crushing.
beautiful.
Crushing game
Yeah.
by Block.
Hey Chandrika, Rohan. I have played Rohan. Yeah. I
Oh,
remember.
Chandrika. Hi, Chandrika. I miss her so much. Gonna have coffee next week, so that's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, what a crush. Sterling Albury just
Yeah.
I think basically White had
Happy
only.
birthday, Michael.
Thank you.
And you won?
Hi, happy
On your
birthday. Okay, I'm
who'd you
gonna.
play? Who'd you
I'm
play?
gonna
I
get.
played Derek Gia.
Okay.
So Derek Gia was the one who almost beat the moment hero Rauf.
Oh, okay.
Pair,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right.
So
What
he
board
was,
was Michael on?
I think board 6 or no 7 or 8 something.
Yeah,
So
you want to
yeah.
come show us your game?
Sure.
Okay. Come sit down.
Okay, so Michael, birthday boy.
Birthday boy.
Birthday boy.
Okay, Michael. Show us your game. All right, we're here with Michael Walter. Sterling just picked up 300 rating points last weekend. He might pick up 300 more. Yeah, this guy is definitely playing like an expert at least. And he's killing. I'm going to find Michael Walter's name here and put him up in lights with me. If I can find him. Do you know where he is?
I look for him all the time.
Okay, Michael. This is Michael Walter. Michael Walter.
There I am.
There you are. Boom. Okay.
All right. I lost my title.
Yeah, you're a national master.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my rating back up to masters. Who knows?
And Mike, you gave it. Chessman102 says happy birthday
Well,
from
thank you.
Twitch.
Well, thank you, Chessman102.
And I'm not
I don't know who he is, and you're probably
yet.
anonymous.
It's funny. Some people know who. Okay, so Michael, you were on board
8.
board 8. Show us this. This is an Alekine's defense.
Yes, and
Here, you want to use the.
sure. So,
Give my arm a break.
this is
4 pawns attack.
no. Yeah, I played
Oh, okay.
the exchange, and so I'm expecting the Varanus, or however you pronounce it, with Rook C1 and B3, not committing the Knight to F3. So I don't, So I have to break with E5 or play something really stodgy.
Okay.
But I know those positions fairly well. So, but Knight F3 now we're back into
All lines. Here.
all lines. So this is just like. Well, this is actually, at this point, we're in Brown Fisher, plus, a lot
Right.
of other games.
Right.
So B3, Knight C6. So castles is what was played before. Rook C1, I think, is just a waste of a tempo
Okay.
because the rook doesn't do much there. So now I just like Fisher broke against Brown, this is really kind of clean.
Okay.
So time-wise, I'm like, I haven't spent, a minute on this. Luckily, I mean, it's known, right? So
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate because time pressure is usually...
Black's position just kind of, it's well known how to handle these.
Yes. There's been a roadmap here. This is following Fisher Brown.
Is it the
Brown
same?
Fisher.
Is it the game?
Well, no, except for the rook on c1 I've got an extra tempo.
Right.
So
Right. Okay.
I play here, and actually, I think Brown played the rook to b1. So
Right.
or was it b4? So in here, Brown played bishop g4, a6. Bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, bishop retreats, and then Fisher missed b4 with just a bind. I mean,
Right.
tremendous position.
Right.
So he plays g4. So I didn't see anything better than why not play what he did? Except for White's position, I think is even worse than Brown's was. And
He's just kind of ruined his own pawn formation on the king side.
yeah, weakens his pawn.
Yeah, it's maybe strange.
So I mean, my pieces just land on natural
Jump
squares.
out. Yeah. What does that do?
So he's going to, I don't know, bishop g5 or something. It's really, but it doesn't do much anything. I can go to
I
here.
think yeah.
So I think he just out of moves.
Rook a8 or rook a2.
I just took on a2 because I thought this was. I saw this exchange sack coming up, and it just. I couldn't see how this worked for him.
The bishops of opposite colors aren't going to save him here.
No, I don't think so. Mostly because on here, I just got everything bearing down on him.
The attack.
Yeah,
The bishops of opposite colors attack.
yeah.
So rook f1. I mean, what?
That's what he should do. He sacked the exchange, which is, I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't
he
work.
probably wasn't going to work any other way. That's it. I mean,
Yeah,
game
so-
over. I assume.
Yes. Check
see how you finished
here,
him off.
check here. Whoops.
Uh,
And,
nice finish. Being tactically aware. Yeah,
Well-
very cool, Mike.
thank you.
Do you want to sit in here with me for a while, keep me company while I troll
I'd be
through
happy to.
and criticize some of? I'm glad to have your company. Let's see. Yeah, nice tactic, Daniel Perlov says.
Oh, thank
And
you.
you're picking up. You're doing you're playing back into form.
I hope. I'm thinking a little bit clearer. It's been a while since I've been off the narcotics and the chemo, so I'm getting clearer every day.
That'll help. Yeah.
It helps, yeah.
Right,
And the
yeah.
pain is less, but still got a way to go. But no, I picked up 50 points in.
You won the expert section in the what's the tournament's name again?
What was it,
Calchas State Open.
Calchas State Open.
State
Okay.
Championship, and then this weekend I got to play 3 games in. I beat Roger Pellman, who's a master in the first round. Took Saturday off because I had plans. Came back Sunday and beat Rochelle Wu and and then I played horribly against Carla. She smashed me, but even so, I picked up another.
Yeah, Rochelle Wu is a
30 points.
strong master. Good
Oh,
for
that was
you.
an exciting game. I sacked my queen,
Wow.
and she couldn't take it.
Yeah. Well, you're a player that's experienced and not to be underestimated. That's for sure. And
But I'm capable of hanging my face as I did last week too. So
okay, let's see. This is the board one, Sodakova versus Stearman. There was a complicated battle here that I kind of like the way that Stearman's game is working out here, with control over that, with the white having the f pawn that can't really move. And
Yeah.
the blockade, the square f5 is nice. It almost makes me want to play f5 with white, but I don't see where that's going to lead to.
just open lines.
And the knights are on the on the back row, just uncomfortable. position for white.
Yeah.
Okay, board
I like
two. We were here with Elliot just seeming to have pitched a pawn. It played a poor opening, I think, Michael. Maybe you could tell me more, but let's see how he's still thinking. And what was he thinking? I'll go back to the beginning. He's playing bishop e4 here. Black can obviously just play knight takes bishop rather.
Yeah, what does he do?
And he looks like he has other odd good moves too, like maybe knight f6. But I mean, let's just go back to the beginning and go through this really quickly. It looked to me like Elliot just misplayed this opening.
Okay.
First of all,
this is the modern way of playing now.
This seems fine, but what about bishop e3?
That's kind of a mix of plans.
That's what I would have thought. And watch what happens. e5, knight b3, b5, f3, bishop b7, castles, rook c8, and now the queen goes to d2. So, has white just moved his queen to e2 and then to d2 and his bishop to g5 and then to e3?
Yeah.
This is, enlighten me here.
I have no idea. On h6, I think you got to play bishop h4.
Is white or bishop takes f6? Like Tal might have played bishop f6 just to avoid losing time, to keep up the tempo of, this just seems to be, white's not really playing very...
Well, it's funny because it was the same opening I had with Rochelle, except for I played bishop to h4.
Okay.
Okay.
So queen c7, and black now feels that he can press with b4. This exchange happens, and it looks like the d pawn is indefensible. And lo and behold, black takes it off, and white plays bishop b4 after thinking for what? How long did he think for? A long time, almost 30 minutes or 20 minutes.
So what is going on here? If he takes on e3, what, you take on b7 or you take the bishop?
I mean, whichever way you slice it, black is a pawn ahead. I mean, knight f6 also looks like a possible move. It might be just one of those embarrassment of riches positions. I don't know. This is not. Anyway,
No, it doesn't look good.
Let's move on. This game. Okay, I wanted to go to this game. Before you came in. There's the fight over the d4 square. Actually, Mike, because you know more about opening theory than I do, let's go back here. This h6, whose move is that again?
Okay. Well, it was played.
Or something?
It was played way back. No, older than that.
Yeah. There's some strong master who played that.
Yeah. The idea is that he can now play knight f6 and on e5, jump into e4.
Okay.
Like if he plays knight f3.
Okay.
Right.
So anyway, this happens, and we sort of get a typical position where this b4 is a little bit.
Rambunctious.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the logic behind it. And watch it. I think it turns out very well for white. Knight e4 is... Black maybe shouldn't have played bishop b7 here and should maybe have simply castled.
Castles, yeah. Well, okay, let's take a look at this for a second. So if on knight e4, does he have any...
So instead, bishop b7 is played, and then knight... Okay, so we're saying that black, in this position, should simply probably castle.
I think castle.
Instead, bishop b7, giving white this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play knight e4, and now maybe even castles again because of knight c6, f6, maybe. I don't know. That looks risky.
Well, the other thing is... if he does go into d6, perhaps black, if he's castled, can play knight b6 to c4 and have his own fancy knight.
Yeah. Okay. But instead takes, which is a risky decision, obviously. And watch how well this turns out for white. I mean, it's not surprising, really, but tactically, this is interesting. I think white saw something here that black didn't see. And I'm going to show you what it is. It's this move.
Yeah, very nice.
And
yep.
Suddenly, I mean, black is lost.
Yeah, this is wretched.
I think. Right? If rook goes back to a7, then bishop back to c4, that may be all that black can do. Or b5, I don't know. Let's see. These pawns are not going anywhere. This pawn is on e4 is not going anywhere.
Yeah, just king to d2,
King
to e3.
Yeah. G5 is coming though, and white can't play G3 if the king is on E. Maybe B5 wasn't so great. Let's go back. Just go back.
Put the king in jail, or the bishop in jail.
Yeah. What if white had returned bishop C4, rook A3, bishop D5, E D5, rook D5?
That's pretty overwhelming.
That looks like it's probably.
Yeah. I don't see how black holds that.
Bishop C4, rook A3, bishop D5, E D5, rook D5. You can win my rook in the corner, but then I'll win your rook.
Or you can just bring the rook back and
or
trade.
bring the rook back and trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then white should probably win the E4 pawn or something like that. Yeah.
All it's fast, he's got the one pass pawn, right? I
Right.
mean, the real.
So this was B5 was maybe a little suspect, and now maybe white has. It's not so easy. It's funny how B5 sort of just looks
What if he just
wrong
plays
now.
H4 here?
White can play H4. That might be a good idea. Yeah. I mean, black. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. Black seems to have. I like that move F5.
I think black's still in trouble.
Should be. Yeah.
Yeah, if he.
Yeah, he should be. I agree.
Yeah, I think just H4, clamp down the position, and then invade on the C file.
Okay, that's your story, and you're sticking to it.
Sure.
Okay, let's go to Roy versus Tenzing. This is the top 11-year-old girl in the country, and she just finished with the bronze medal in China at the World. Mike Grand Forks says black from Twitch says black needs to muddy up the water with a F6 instead of F5. F5 looked like it was going for G5. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so Tenzing Shaw is an experienced master, but he's been getting roughed up lately in the last couple Tuesday night marathons, partly because he doesn't play that much chess, I think, and these young kids are ready to. They're playing all the time. This is relatively common idea
Right.
to take on D4 right away, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why often
The knight goes
comes
back to E2.
Exactly.
So white's playing black's playing very simple. I think Tenzing is changing up his opening repertoire a lot, right?
Yeah. No,
And that's one reason why he's maybe not so familiar with these positions. But still, you can hardly say that white's winning here. Right, Queen C8. Okay, folks, what's going on here? Queen C8 threatens bishop takes H3, and instead of stopping that,
counterattack threatening E7.
counterattack.
So
This happens.
Takes.
Am I missing something here, or is white just blown a pawn? Okay. Doesn't Queen F5 look a little too fancy for some reason?
I don't know if it hurts.
Yeah, it probably doesn't hurt, but... So white gave up a pawn. Either a very deep positional... And black has done nothing much in the last few moves except... Alright, still up a pawn.
Yeah.
That was a puzzling decision on her part to just give up a pawn like that.
Yeah, no, the only pawn stacks I know are usually the B pawn for some sort of bind in the center.
All
This
right.
is not that. No.
This doesn't convince. Shaw has the advantage. There was really nothing that could have been done there. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's go to this Rudyak versus Wong, expert versus expert. Although Wong has been a master, he's floored. Do you know this variation?
I've played both sides of this, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just from gut feeling, not from
Right. And what is it?
Catalan.
Catalan, yeah.
So yeah, I don't play this way.
These complicated Catalans.
Yeah, no, I think
That's a nice looking move.
yeah, White's getting active.
White's getting active, opening the game up for the two bishops. Who knows? This might even be book. I hope not. Yeah, I like the Catalan too. White seems to, do very well with this opening. This has been a very complicated game. Looks like White's played a nice game though, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I think White has a decent advantage.
And now he's sitting on that d4 square, although I'm not sure. And now we're getting up bishops of opposite colors territory. Black should play e3 here without even thinking, probably.
Yeah.
But he's thinking.
Well, this is
Although
actually
the pawn at c4 hangs.
yeah, that's an issue.
It could
Well,
it could end up in a draw. with
Actually,
a-
it doesn't, right? Because of e3, if takes and pawn takes pawn check.
Yeah. And if queen e3, well, then
Then
black could
maybe-
play queen c6 or something.
Or d5, right? Because the thing is gone.
Okay. Somebody is going to do something here. All right. And that's Arco Askin. So we have a ready opening here.
Mhm.
We can go back a little bit further. I think Argo got smashed with this opening against somebody not earlier on in the tournament. And he's trying it again. D4 looks like the testing move there,
Yeah.
but instead queen c7 is played.
Oh.
Queen b1. I'm not sure what's going on here, folks. Hanging pawns in the
Yeah,
center.
but
This is a very
White's-
eccentric.
But White's pieces are on strange squares.
Yeah, very eccentric development by White. Doesn't seem to make much sense.
A nice hole on D3. I mean, there's
Strategically complex game, but black should be at least equal here, I think. Knight a4 is the idea, but even black could even throw in c4, give up the d4 square, and try to make use of the light squares, like you said, the d3 square maybe. Okay, all right. So another game in murky waters.
Excuse me. Can I get you
Here's Davila versus Melville. Okay. Davila is a player that is capable of definitely playing like a master, and Kaylin Melville is an expert. These are both experts, I think.
yeah. Occasionally, they're both capable of.
Yeah. And this G takes F6. I'm not too familiar with that. For those of you, Bishop B5 looks like it invites Queen D5.
Yeah, I think that's forced. Yeah, but I think it's good also, isn't it?
Attacking three pieces at once.
Yeah.
Forces C4, Queen G2, Knight E2, and of course black castles. And this looks like it's turning out well for black. very well for black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you don't
Carelessly played.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting move. Queen A8. I kind of like it. It's on.
fall. I was wondering is about some,
Go ahead.
in that position. Could he have just played? Where was the queen? So could he just play
Queen C6 maybe.
Queen C6 or Queen E5?
Queen E5, huh? That's possible. Yeah. Well, Queen E. If you can play Queen A8, never hesitate to play Queen A8. 'Cause
Oh, it's a rifle if you got another white squared
yeah.
bishop, but
Petrosian played that move once, right, or twice.
oh,
So
that beautiful bishop. Why
Yeah.
didn't it go to E5?
I don't know. Carlos is
Crafty.
Carlos is crafty. Black is defending well. I think this is starting to look. Rook G6.
I think he was seeing ghosts.
Is that to play F5? Let's see. Check. Inviting Queen C7, D8, Queen, I'm sure. Uh-oh. It looks to me like... okay, so White's playing now for a win here with Bishop E4. I'm not sure that that's justified. Although it might be, faced with that move. Is White screwing this up? I think he might be.
No, I think Black's fine.
But White had a draw there, right? Back here, right? With the perpetual check.
Yeah,
Instead, he's decided to play for a win with Bishop
I
E4.
think that was a mistake.
And that might have been a mistake because now...
Yeah, no, I think White's attack's over and it's Black's turn.
Okay. And that's your story, and you're sticking to it. All
Well,
right.
absolutely
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
How about this great game, Walder? All right, let's go to Mansur Ako Haidari. Ako Haidari. Let's see how this is going. And Mansur is definitely the he's like Albury on board 10. A ringer, a strong player.
Yeah.
He's going to be up in the open
man to
section.
beat.
The man to beat. Yeah.
I think he has a winning streak or not losing streak
Of like,
since like 20, 21 games. Or
yeah.
so.
So he's a hard man to
Yeah.
beat.
Why not pin the knight? Okay.
Let's go back.
But his time management skills, he's down like 19 minutes and his opponent has over an hour. So
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him about that.
Yeah, I thought Bishop F4, Bishop G5. I don't know. But,
Bishop takes B4.
yeah, these things are crazy.
White's going to meet E4 with E5. Black's going to meet E4, I guess, with E5 here.
Mm-hmm.
Knight G5. Black looks very solid here. And that's an interesting decision, too, not to trade knights
Well, what about
for
instead,
black. Oh, you're
what-
thinking about pinning?
No.
I got Queen B7, F3.
No, the knight was on D7, right? How did this go?
It went like this, where black played H6.
Okay, well, instead of playing I think you have
It's
to.
true white doesn't have a threat, so D5 is possible.
That's what I was thinking, D5, because you know, working the pin on the queen.
Yeah. And then trying to take on C4 and get something going on the queen side.
On the
or-
C, on the, yeah, you can line it up on the C5.
It looks a little double-edged. I mean, it could go both ways. I think knight f6, and then maybe, I don't know, e4 or rook c1 or. I agree. I mean, it looks like to me like black has a little bit more options here. A4.
I'm
I'm not sure if that should
That
be
looks
played
ugly.
now or waited, or maybe you should have waited queen d2 now. Maybe.
No, or if instead of that, maybe he should have played E5.
Black should play e5 here. White can always keep the tension play. Oh, then f5 maybe. It's possible. There's lots of different pawn moves here.
Or I would have kept the other rook at F8 and played the rook to C8. This thing just blows up his queen side. Is this really worth it?
And there's that queen d2 move that I was looking at.
Yeah. It's,
And there goes the b4 pawn for not much compensation, I would say.
I mean, White's actually countering now.
White's clearly better now. Pawn ahead. He took the money and he's ran. Yep. Okay, let's move on. Back up to board one.
Now, yeah, this looks really good for Black.
Let's see. Bishop takes e4. Hosea Castle. This is where we left off. White plays a4. Very purposefully going there. a6, knight e2. Maybe White should take on b5 and throw rook on a7 or something. Black builds up, and now Black takes on a4 to deny White the chance and to temporarily go a pawn ahead. And this puts pressure down the b file as well. White grabs the bishop, but now b2 is...
B2's under pressure. D. Well, the D. No, not yet.
Knight e4 maybe but then queen b2. Hello, Doc Siebel from Twitch. Yo. Yeah, we're here looking at round 7 of the Steve Brandwein Memorial Tuesday Night Marathon. Up above, I'm here with National Master Mike Walder, and above us you can see Hosea Stearman versus Natalia Sodakova and Eric Lee. The youngsters are facing us, and the oldsters have their back to us. International Master Elliot Winslow is on board 2, playing Eric Lee. And Natalia Sodakova looks like she's in a little bit of trouble here. Black is getting thematic pressure down the B file.
Yeah, put the other rook on the E file.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is not looking good for Natalia. Maybe rook fb1 and then bishop F, try to get that other. I'm not sure.
Well, rook to b1, then maybe rook to e8.
Rook to e8. Pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, White would have to play up to knight to e4 or something like that, just to avoid losing material.
Well, then the pawn hangs on d5, right? Knight takes bishop, queen takes.
And knight takes d5. It's a little risky. All kinds of the pawn at d6 is hanging.
Okay, we're gonna keep
There's all
it
kinds of
if
things
Yeah, but the
going
pawn and f4 is hanging, and
Okay.
so is the bishop. Yeah,
I
just
have the accessories for it, I'll bring it to Paul.
Okay, let's see.
George, how did you do?
Awful.
Okay.
You got
He's
your work, I
donating
think you
his
have your
chest
work
note
cut
to-
out.
All right. Well, we'll take you back to the drawing board. Maybe see you
Really?
on Thursday.
Yeah, let me start with king to e4 or something.
Okay. All right.
Something simple.
Okay. All
But
right.
throwing this away.
Yeah,
this. Give it to some kid who'll really like it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm
Okay.
sorry it's not working out for you,
Making
George.
this to a kid who needs
I'll
it.
bring you the charger for it.
You sure you don't wanna?
Oh, it just really screwed me up. And plus the other guy's not ready to kill me, so it's not worth it. I gotta learn.
I salute him because I hate these things.
Well, they stopped working on me. It was a pretty good game, and then I got discombobulated.
Okay.
You sure you don't wanna?
No,
give
no,
it-
no, no.
Okay, you guys
All
know,
right.
okay?
Table, table. Give it to some kid who'll love it.
Well, I appreciate the
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'll see you later.
Okay, George. Don't lose heart. Don't lose
I don't
heart.
lose heart.
Okay, good.
Good.
It takes more to kill myself.
All right. Okay.
You know,
All right.
2008, I survived. I'll survive losing this. I'll see you Thursday.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so knight d1 is played, which guards b2 and just is hanging on. Well, I mean, it does make black's build-up on the b file look a little silly, but it's a negative way of playing, and white's a little tied down. Still a couple of wrong moves, and this could go either way, right?
Yes.
All right, board 2, Elliot Winslow. He played bishop e4 in this position, and Eric Lee decided to trade. And then he's taking a page from my book, which says develop and castle. Okay. So, Michael, explain this to me. Elliot's given Eric the 2 bishops plus a pawn, an extra pawn.
Well, I think
Is that like a handicap thing? That,
I think
that
he
he's-
could,
he's
maybe he's going to play bishop takes, bishop queen takes, knight to d4, throwing the knight up on f5 or something.
Oh, I
don't
like
know.
that. It doesn't work though. Bishop g5, right?
F4. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he's given away a lot in this position. He's given away a pawn plus the 2 bishops. I don't know. This is just incomprehensible. But Elliot is a sly fox.
That's-
Is he?
yes, he is.
He is.
So the other question I have is bishop takes, queen takes, f4.
Okay. It's still your pawn down.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try not. We can't make something out of nothing. So
No.
let's move on to this game after f5. I thought this was starting to turn a little bit difficult for white, and he played your move, h4.
Mhm.
Excellent. Rook d8, activating his piece, and now they're still thinking. I mean, black has to do something like bishop b7, but can he do that?
Bishop e7, rook check.
And then that, yeah. And then rook d7. And then maybe, I don't know,
Well, then everything straightens out. Then rook takes rook,
king takes,
bishop takes
rook takes, and then a4, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to figure out some way for black to generate some play, but white's rook is nicely placed on c1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on. We're of the agreement that this is the game where Rui just gave up a pawn, another game where white just gave up a pawn seemingly for not much. And that's where we still stand.
Yeah, well, this is
Just better for black,
This is
who's
better for
now
black.
threatening queen a2 as well.
right.
Seems to be getting worse and worse for Rui. And Shaw didn't really do anything except for just take pawn. You know,
Yeah.
that's sometimes it's C
I-
players just beating themselves up.
Yeah.
And okay, so this game, Queen E2, we were here, and we still haven't had a move from black. Is black going to play E3? Is black going to play Bishop D5?
I think you got to play e3. You gotta get those white squares going.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks right here. I agree. Okay, Argo Askin. This bizarre position was reached with a strangely. That move threatens bishop f5. Yeah. Okay, the queen comes back out to d3. White is repositioning. Black has made all the right moves.
Yeah, black actually looks now like he's in a very comfortable hanging pawn situation, and threatening both d4,
c4, bishop f5, all kinds of
knight b4,
dynamic position. Well, again, a lot of wasted moves on White's part. Okay, Davila, Melville. That's it. Game over.
Mm-hmm.
White eschewed the draw, the certain draw here. Instead, played for a win with bishop e4. Black covered the back rank with rook g8, enabling his queen to pop out, and then White got himself checkmated here. Or
why
didn't Black play rook g8 1 mate? I have no idea. Oh, bishop b1. That's why.
And then queen check.
Well, then exchange and d8 queen. So better.
Oh, no, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good thing I wasn't playing Davila. Yeah.
Well,
nicely done.
Carlos is a good player, but he plays too fast and he plays carelessly, and he got punished here by Kalen. So let's go back to Mansour Mohammed versus Eiko Hidari, and this game was looking very good for White, who was won a clear pawn and was playing a nice solid game, and not much has advanced beyond this point. And again, White is just looking better for White, for sure. Black's in trouble of his own making, as it often is, of their own making. Okay, back up to board one. Daniel Perlov, I'll go take a look and see how your dad is doing, and Michael, you can kibitz. You can you can do the takeover with the commentary.
All right.
Show Paul how it's done.
Yeah, show me how it's done. And help yourself to a goldfish.
Oh, okay.
If you want. Here,
I'll do that.
put them right there.
I am a pescatarian.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'll go take a look at Daniel. I'll go take a look at.
I see Mr. Perloff is
What board is
dominating the chat.
I'll find him.
No, he is on board 19 black.
Okay.
So it feels like black is pressing here. White is moving his pieces backwards.
Yeah, how's Natalia doing? Yeah, going backwards, you said, huh?
Yes. Yes. I mean, there is blunder potential here, but it really feels comfortable for black. I think Josiah has all his pieces on really correct Benoni type squares, and Natalia's position just feels artificial to me, but it's. I mean, she's still in there fighting, so it's. I'm trying to find a clear plan.
Has she beaten
Josiah before?
Well,
I mean,
she had to have, right? As
well,
he was
Josiah on the way up.
coming
Who
up.
knows?
Yeah.
I really don't know what's been
Because
recent.
he's been having like amazing results. He did well at Berkeley also.
Yes, he did.
But like impressive wins, right? Like,
Yeah.
Pretty dominant. And you did very well.
I did well. My last game, I played like a complete idiot.
You,
But
you actually did too well.
I did too well.
You did too well.
What's wrong?
You went over a certain threshold.
Oh,
For,
2100?
yeah.
Does that screw up October for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But they're using the October. It's not like we were gonna say, "Hey, stop right now! Don't go, don't play another match."
Oh,
We'll
okay.
we'll figure all that out. But,
Okay. Yeah,
But no, but you've been having some impressive results. So it's been a good run.
I used to play well. I'm hopefully I'm past the chemo and the cancer and the narcotics and the that sort of stuff. So yeah. So yeah, I'm seeing the big thing. One of the big things, Paul used to scold me for playing so slowly, but I couldn't keep a memory, so I'd be analyzing a line, and I go to the next line, and I forget the first thing, and so my clock would just go like this. In my game today, I don't think in the first, 10 moves, I didn't use but a minute. It was
that's good.
yeah.
That was a nice little, like a little puzzle shot that you gave at the end of that.
Well, I was looking at Queen F3 to see if I could find a way to mate, and I decided, what the heck, stop it. It's just the damn Queen.
Just put it away. Put it away.
Daniel Perlov, I think your dad is winning, but it's a little tricky. And he's playing a good player.
Paul, get back in here.
Okay.
I was just telling him he's been having an amazing run in the last month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back to his old ways.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We've got a long way to go yet. But,
So Daniel, I think your dad is winning, but it's tricky. So,
thanks for
fish.
What was that? So long and thanks for the fish. Was that Douglas Adams?
I don't know. Okay.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I never read that actually. What's going on in this game? Josiah
We're
makes
still
a
waiting.
useful move, King H7, just sitting on the position. I think it looks like it might have been a Benko Gambit. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't look at the opening. I just saw a position where he has a passed pawn, and he looks like he's doing well with that passed pawn over there. All right, board 2. Elliot Winslow playing rookie 2, the prophylactic rookie 2. And just
Yeah, it feels.
it just feels like he lost a pawn, and he doesn't seem to mind. I think he should mind, Abel. I think Elliot should mind that he lost a pawn. He's playing like he doesn't care.
Is he
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like-
abandoned?
Yeah. Okay.
He's abandoned the reason?
Yeah, he's abandoned all reason, and I'm abandoning all hope.
I'm abandoning watching this broadcast.
Okay, let's go back to this game.
What happened?
Yeah, let's see what happened. H4 was played.
Right.
Rook D8, King E2, Black doubles on the D file, and maybe tries to set up some cheapo with. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, it's White's move. If White plays Rook D1, Bishop C4 check, he could just play King back to E1.
That looks smart to me.
Okay, so White should maybe just play Rook D1 and then play B6 or A4 or
Play
something.
A4 first and then
B6.
No.
Yeah. Although if you play A4, he could play Bishop check, King E1, exchange the rooks, all the rooks, and play Bishop B3 check, and Bishop takes A4. So you might.
How about
have to-
then B7 and then pawn queens?
Well, you don't have your pawn on B6 and B7. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm convinced.
Oh,
He
right
plays
away.
B6 right away.
Oh, I get, yeah, check, bishop takes. Actually, check, rook takes. Rook check up, rook check. Rook
So now
takes.
Rook B8 maybe?
Well, then what about
Then Rook B1.
or rook C7 check?
Well, no. If rook b8, rook c7 is not check.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rook.
Maybe just rook b1 would be good. Black doesn't seem to have any other tricks here, right? Bishop c4 check and rook d2 check. That can't be good. All right, white's just marching ahead here. Here's Roy versus Tenzing. And some things that might be good for one. Okay, so white played, after queen e6, white played queen c2. And jettisoned the a pawn for the weak d pawn. And this is not going to be easy for and that avoids rook d8 and a queen ending, which might well be a draw. And white has now a powerful centralized kind of position and is targeting, and if, like, okay, you know, I was just looking at black playing queen b6. That doesn't seem to work.
No.
Rook takes b6. But it's funny how black doesn't have many moves with the queen.
I think.
So this is a nice dominating move there. Rook queen d5. Very nice move. Queen c7, rook d7, queen c4. Is that what's going on here? All right, rook d7, queen c4 is forced. And then queen c4, bc4, rook a7, rook e2, king g2, rook b2, rook c7. And there goes...
Is there a different way to play this? Okay, so again.
So now,
C4.
if queen c4 takes, black doesn't seem to have much. Or white plays rook takes a7, rook e2, king g7, rook takes b2, and then rook c7, and that's got to be a draw.
Well, is there any? I guess there's nothing in.
This game is heading for a draw, I think. And
What about not taking on? Not playing rook e2, just playing. Okay, so queen c4, queen takes, pawn takes, rook takes. What about just rook to c8? You're up a pawn on the
then
king
rook
side.
takes a7.
You're saying. I'm sorry. Queen c4, queen takes, pawn takes, rook takes a7, rook to c8. Don't win the pawn, but have.
Oh, I see. Just yeah.
You have a little
but
bit
then
of a
what are you
bind.
going to have to do? Win the game with the
3-on-2.
and
It's-
your one pawn hold. I mean, white
But
could
otherwise-
try to play rook a3 and b3, or rook b7 and b3.
Well, yeah, then you take.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. Yeah,
Yeah, you're just trying to get some push on
but
it.
then it's just going to be 3. Even if
It's a draw. You're right.
it's just a draw. Okay. Well played by Rui to draw
Yeah.
this pretty effortlessly. At least that's the way it's looking so far. Okay, so after queen e2, black did not play e3 as recommended by FIDE Master Paul Whitehead and National Master Michael Walder and World Champion Magnus Carlsen. Instead played queen f5, queen e3.
Wait a second. What is that forced?
I don't know if it is or not. He's obviously afraid of e3.
Well,
Rook c4. This is, it's complicated. I'm not sure that the players are going to find the right moves here. Rook b6. Black is playing for an attack in a different way than I would have thought. Although the rook has outlived its purpose on b3. It's coming over to h6 maybe, or e6 or something like that. Black looks like he's maybe doing all right
well,
here.
I'm looking at rook takes c4 followed by rook to c5, and now black's bishop is in the game too.
Yeah.
And then maybe something like, I don't know, h4 and rook g5. That's
Yeah. Targeting G.
well,
It's like whoever can somehow, get over to their opponent's weak squares and target, white target G7, black target H2 or something like that.
The thing is, after rook takes c4, you can also you're also threatening things like rook c7. You're on
You're on the A7 pawn.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so white for choice unless black can find something to do. I agree. I agree. White seems to temporarily have something here. All right, Guy Argo versus David Askin, and this position was looking.
Oh my.
Rook d2 is played, which is neither here nor there. Black has a nice position and just needs to kind of somehow move it forward.
Yeah.
It's tough. Who knows? Okay. Davila, we know what happened that game. We know what. Okay. Last board. This is our board 9, but it's actually the top board in the AB section. We're broadcasting the top board in the AB section and the top board in the under 1600 section because we found that those games are just as interesting as the games from. In fact, next Tuesday night marathon, Abel. Next Tuesday night marathon, let's just do the bottom boards and not do any of the top boards.
That they were champion medalists.
Hey.
Hey,
Okay, I'll get your chair.
did you draw that game? Did you draw that game?
Okay, sounds good.
That's fine. You did the game end in a draw? Yeah. Nicely played.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
In fact, when she's come back, I'll give up the charity.
She's not going to sit down.
She won't.
That's
Oh,
because
okay.
I slept at 12 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, you still jacked up?
So
Yeah. So really, you blundered a pawn, but then just yeah.
I have
Okay.
an SAT on Friday,
Okay.
and then
So pawn
another
takes.
SAT on Friday.
I'm sorry, you
Okay.
played
Knight
E4.
d3 played e4. And okay, so trying to muddy up the waters here. E5 takes. Knight b4.
I know.
Attacking the rook, which goes to a3.
Rome.
I'm surprised that happened.
Well, yeah.
Winter is coming. Okay.
Well, get some sleep.
I already finished my notes.
Because white could have just taken on e5, right?
Yeah, I think you may have to do that anyway.
Anyway,
Play c6 to e5.
But it chased the rook to a3.
Which is a better square, I think, than.
I think you're right. And also it's given black the possibility of a check on the diagonal or something like that.
Yeah.
Sleep on the car home.
Yeah. Hi Tenzing, we saw how you were effortlessly held to a draw after winning a pawn.
I ended at second
My legendary technique.
Yeah, you won a pawn quite handily. Shall we take a look at that game? Tenzing, I'm going to ask Tenzing to sit down here. All right. I'm going to find your name. First of all, I'm going to take Michael. Thank you very much.
Oh, it was fun.
And you're welcome to come back anytime that I'm sitting here by myself, all scared and lonesome. I'm going to find your name, Tenzing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll find your name somewhere here. There you are. Okay. Tenzing Shaw is in the house. Look at that. Tenzing Shaw is in the house and going to show us his game. And let's go all the way back. Okay.
Okay.
So, is this part of your new opening repertoire?
I try to play a different opening in every game.
Oh, that's so great. I love that
So-
idea. I love that. Yeah, that's great.
I've only played the dragon once before, so
Okay.
and it didn't go well.
And it didn't go well. So this game went
Not the
went
opening, at
well,
least.
yeah.
Yeah, I had looked at this line last night.
Does she play G3?
No, but I felt like if I played the dragon, I mean,
Somebody who's going to play G3.
maybe people will assume that I'm like booked up in the main
Okay,
line, so
right.
they're gonna deviate. So I looked at it briefly. So I'm supposed to play knight c6 first because after bishop g7, bishop g2, knight c6, There's
Knight to
Like a
E2
tactical-
or something.
I think you can take and play e5, right? Like there's a tactical issue if I play that.
Oh,
move.
right. White can play take and play E5. Okay.
So here knight d2 is the main move.
Right.
And I didn't know what to do now, but I felt like it was
I think
logical.
this is logical. Yeah. White would probably like to have his pawn on C4,
Right.
but or her pawn.
And yeah, the h3 loses a pawn.
Yeah,
But-
this is just a blunder. H3 is a mistake.
But I didn't follow up well. I don't know where I went wrong though.
Well, it didn't. It seemed like you. Yeah. Okay. Let's look. Let's see what happens.
So I could exchange
Right
bishops
away.
immediately. Or maybe play bishop f6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought about that, but I really wasn't sure. I mean, I
Okay.
thought if I exchange immediately, it allows him to play rook h1, but they're
But
probably not really
there's
any
nothing
difference.
going
Yeah.
on there. Yeah, I would say. It's funny how you can get scared of things, but that
So-
looks fine.
I was trying to get like more creative. I think c3 is a good move. Blending the bishop. I don't know
That
about
looks
this.
like an
This is too
over
creative.
refinement. Yeah.
Um,
Just maybe trade and play queen c5 and b5, or I don't know. He can play bishop e3, so maybe.
I'm just anticipating.
I thought the bishop might be misplaced on e4, but I'm not really sure. Maybe it's not. I think it's fine.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
And then I have like some remote dangers in my h3 bishop, but at the same time it's annoying for white. So
Right.
yeah.
That looked right, but then it somehow.
So after rook e, I think rook e2 is a good move. So originally
Yeah.
I thought the idea of king h2 was rook g1, but I think that's just really bad. After rook g1, I go queen c8, and
Okay.
the rook is just misplaced.
Okay.
And then I have like, I move the bishop and
Back to
play queen
d7.
c4.
Yeah.
But rook e2, I think I like this move.
Putting some pressure on e7 too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wasn't sure what else to do here. Maybe I should play bishop f6. I thought after bishop
Yeah,
f6.
you have to think of the right thing. I guess the correct play is to exchange the light square bishops and to play
Yeah,
e5
probably.
and play e5 or something like you did, right? Or play e5 with the light square bishops on the board.
Yeah, because now my
Mhm.
extra pawn is the h pawn, and it's like it's not really helping me at the
Right.
moment that much.
So maybe e5 here.
Yeah. But e5 here.
Oh, he takes and then he targets d6.
Yeah, he can take with a queen on d6.
Right.
Well, I calculated that, but it. And it kind of just opens up his bishops too.
Yeah.
So I was hoping for f3, and then bishop d7 threatens f5.
Okay.
But yeah, bishop f3 is probably good. So now finally I get in this trade.
You'd think that this would be not too.
Yeah, it should still be better there, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But what to do? So my problem here was like one issue. What was I trying to do?
Bishop f8, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you've got two pieces tied down in the defense of your e pawn.
In this position, I was thinking of playing. So bishop takes d6 is the threat. Oh yeah, I was thinking of playing queen f5, which looks natural because the bishop is pinned.
Right.
And, it's awkward for white, and it looks like white can't take on e7, but maybe white can take on e7. So rook e7, rook e7, rook e7, and then if I go g5, there's queen h5.
Queen h5.
Yeah. And then just bishop e3 next, and if queen f6, queen takes g5. So it just all works out nicely for white.
Yep.
And so then I was kind of discouraged, and I had to play queen d7. But even here, so I tried e5.
But bishop f8 is awfully passive, isn't it?
Right.
And f6 just doesn't even look playable. Okay.
The only other thing I could do, what else could I do? Bishop e5 is kind of awkward though. I don't know. White moves the queen and plays f4.
Yeah.
But it's maybe bishop e5 is right. I don't know. But I thought this was like I'm still up
This
a pawn.
is
I'm hanging
you're
onto
still
the
up a pawn. Maybe you should play on the e file. Maybe you should play
So rook e8.
double rooks on the e file.
Yeah, maybe. So if I doubled on the e file, I thought maybe she would double on the d file.
Yeah,
And then I
that's
couldn't really
annoying.
trade.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, it's like you said, your extra pawn is the pawn at h7, and that's hardly counting here.
Yeah, it's making my king slightly safer maybe, but
Right.
apart from that, not much.
Right. So yeah, you'd think trading would be good.
So bishop f8, if rook e8, rook takes d6. Works
Okay.
out for white
Rook
because
e2.
rook e2, rook d7, and rook f2, king g1, and then there's
threat
rook
of-
d8 and bishop h6.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that doesn't work at all. So.
No, it doesn't.
But I think bishop f8 is nice. It threatens queen e6
Okay.
after bishop f4, queen e6, because if you trade and take on d6, rook d8 wins the bishop. So
Yeah.
you can't do that. But yeah, queen
But she
c2 is a
found a
good move.
nice, yeah, she found a nice way to play it. So now maybe rook
Something
d8
else.
and d5
Yeah,
or
probably.
something like that, maybe?
Yeah,
You
that's
want
probably
to play
right.
d5, I think, and then to open the way to play d4.
Right.
But it looks to me like what you played was right, but it didn't really work out. She centralized her position powerfully, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe a rook d8 here. Because then white doesn't have like a super active move.
Queen d3.
After rook d8.
Yeah, yeah,
If queen d3, I can go maybe a6 and then d5.
yeah.
Um,
And you're throwing queen a2 too.
That's true. Yes. Maybe after queen d3, I could play queen a2, and then I'm
Yeah.
getting b2. So that's a little bit different. Yeah. So rook d8 looks like a good move.
Maybe.
But
This looked right because you were getting rid of your weakness, but now
I need to play like
now
queen
there's some
c4.
problems here.
Queen c4 has to be
Queen
played. I think.
c4, yeah. Bring that queen right back into the game. You played rook e8, right?
And I saw queen d2, but I missed what she played with. So I thought I don't know what I was thinking, but
And now
queen
is
a5 stops rook d8, but queen d5 is probably just a draw. I don't know.
yeah, that's a very powerful move.
That's why I think I had to bring my queen back to c4.
And if
so.
you play queen c4 and she plays rook d8 and the rooks get exchanged, you're a pawn up in a queen ending.
The h7 pawn, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It
can
doesn't look
play
like-
on, but it's unlikely to win.
Yeah. But this was surprisingly easy for her
Yeah.
after queen d5.
I mean, probably I messed up with rook e8. And
Yeah, that's another, looks like another maybe small inaccuracy. But this position,
so after queen c4, probably white plays queen d2 still.
right,
And then queen c7, but then rook d7,
yeah.
queen b6.
You need
That's
to
better than
target
the game.
f2.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to try to target f2. White's pieces are nicely placed. I don't know, Tenzing. I'm not sure. White might just have enough activity to be holding this, right?
Yeah, this position doesn't, like, even if I play queen c4, it doesn't feel like very winning for black or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So maybe
I like
yeah,
e5.
maybe something else.
And what about taking with the pawn? Oh, then queen g4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's really annoying.
Yeah.
And if king f7, probably just repeat moves, queen f3 and queen g4.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get this structure with e6 and d6 pawns, I think that should be like probably a technical win.
Yeah.
But with isolated pawn, it's not so great. Yeah.
It's tough either way. It's tough position. You want to hang out or you're on your
I'll
way
hang out
out?
a little bit.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Let's go back up to Stearman and Sotokova. This wasn't going well for Natalia here, I thought. A lot of pressure.
The bishops are not good.
Yeah. Oh, that does threaten to take the A pawn, and that effectively stops it. Yeah, this is just rough for white, but maybe not so easy. And so Josiah was late for the game, and so he's behind on the clock. So, all right.
So what's Black's winning plan, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow
I don't see anything obvious.
Neither
I guess,
do I.
Yeah.
Neither do I. You know, double on the E file.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. It's not easy. You know, I don't think.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Elliot's game. Elliot just blundered a pawn in the opening, and this is happening. Bishop G5, Queen A7, Bishop C6, and Bishop D5.
That must be a mistake, right?
Well, let's see why.
Hanging the queen.
Yes, you're right. Okay, so it must have been bishop. Yeah, it must have been bishop takes E4, Queen C7, Rook C7, and then Rook E4. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, something is going wrong with the
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But it's funny how
This is a surreal continuation.
Something's going wrong on the DGT boards, Juan. Help us. All right.
I think this should be winning for Black, probably. It's not trivial.
Something is, but Rook takes C4, winning a whole Rook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I something is going wrong on the DGT boards here. All right, let's go to this game. B6. It looked to us like White was on the cusp of a win here. Bishop C8. Interesting. Instead of playing Rook B1, and Black decides to sack the exchange.
That's probably a good idea.
And probably a good idea, especially if he can win that pawn. But he's not taking the G2 pawn.
Why is he not taking it? Is the position wrong?
I don't think so. No.
What's the Rook G1?
Maybe
Rook G1 is the problem.
Yeah, Rook
that's
G1
right.
is a problem. Good point.
But
the Rook is awfully annoying.
This is not trivial, I think.
Well, A4, let's go, right?
Oh, A4 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess White is ready for A4 now. And you still can't take on G2. I guess it is. Let me see why.
Yeah, it looks like A4 needs to be played. We have a problem on board 2.
Okay.
Yeah. The moves are all weird.
Oh, they said they were constructing the game. They're doing something.
No worries. We have other games. Okay, so this was a game where it looked like it could have gone either way. It could go either way with one player on the dark squares and another on the light squares. Okay.
So as soon as White moves the queen, E3 will be played, probably.
Well, Black had a chance to do that and didn't do it.
Okay.
Earlier on in the just a few moves earlier, and he might be regretting that, especially since Rook H6 probably doesn't work. Rook B7, Queen H2, King F1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Queen H1, King E2, Queen H5, King D2. I guess that's just no good. Okay, so back here, we had this position, And black should have maybe thought about playing e3 here.
Yeah, I mean, I can see.
I can see why he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But instead he played queen f5 and white stuck his queen on e3, but still this doesn't look...
So if you go back, so e3, queen takes e3, right?
Right.
And then queen c6 wins.
Well, then
the
f3. Yeah, this should be fine for black.
Definitely fine, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
he
black
might
is
have to worry.
temporarily up a pawn.
He might have to worry about an attack on g7 or something like that, but
Right.
it shouldn't be too bad. This happened, and I think black might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah. So what else can black try?
Just because it's...
What if black plays bishop a8?
Bishop a8, rook b6.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then if queen b6, e3.
Right. Could play rook b6 and bishop d4.
It's just a trade.
And then maybe b5.
And then that's
Pitching a pawn, pitching another pawn.
Yeah,
Double. It'd take a long time for those white pawns to get anywhere.
that's right. Yeah.
Maybe. Bishops of opposite colors. Okay. All right, so this is still up in the air.
But I would rather be white, probably. Yeah.
Okay. This game, black had a sort of an ideal queen pawn, hanging pawn thing, but it's difficult to know what to do in these positions. That's a good square for the queen, actually, isn't
It's
it?
taking a lot of time.
Yeah.
It is a good square, I think.
Yeah, that's a good maneuver.
Because you can't play e3.
Yeah. White's play in this game has not been very good or very convincing. A lot of maneuvering going nowhere. But black has still got to prove something with d4, c4, or something like that. So
Yeah. Or even,
it can be difficult to play these kind of positions.
how about knight e4 at some point?
Yeah, or knight e4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Black for choice, I would say.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Okay, this is Mansour versus. This is the top board in the AB section, and black has gotten outplayed here.
Yeah. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
nice moves. It's white for choice here, but I mean black. Yeah, this is nicely played, I guess.
So what can black? Oh, threatening knight e7, right? So. Why queen a1?
Why queen a1?
Looks a little bit.
Maybe to play knight e7 and rook a8.
Oh, maybe. That could be.
That's a funny idea, isn't it? White is playing in his second tournament, and he's already got an A rating and playing like a strong expert. I think that's what's going on.
So what
here.
if with black? What if you go like f4?
Yeah.
And
You
g
better
takes
do
f4, knight
something.
h5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then try to take on f4 and
Black has to
it's
do
probably
something.
lost, but
Yeah. And if f4, knight e7,
okay, f4, knight e7,
f3 check.
maybe. So what happens after f3 check?
I don't
He
know.
takes f3. Is that possible?
King takes f3, queen h3, knight g6, king g8.
You gotta try f4, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Black is in deep trouble here. Needs to do something. All right, let's go back up to board one. Hosea strikes. What happened? Queen c2.
So he exchanged his dark square.
Bishop
He must
f2.
have
Oh,
used
okay.
the pen on the c file or something. Like if the queen was on c2,
Right.
the queen on c4,
I see,
and then you play
okay.
bishop d4. Yeah, that's seems to
Queen
be
b3, queen d3, bishop d4.
Oh, that
okay.
pin. Okay. On the third rank.
Is that good though? Bishop e4.
So why do you want to exchange the dark squared bishops?
Okay, and then 22.
Weaken the e3 square, maybe. I guess black's dark squared bishop is not that. I mean, it looks good, but
So
maybe it's not that amazing.
if knight f2,
Rook takes e4. Rook f c8.
I'm not sure what black is planning here. Bishop f5 is a big
Yeah,
threat.
you have to.
You have to play rook
address that.
f8, I guess.
c4.
I don't know if that
Okay, that makes sense.
helped black
Thanks, right?
Rook takes c4.
because the bishop on f2
Rook takes d6.
What bishop on f2?
wasn't great. Like white's
Yeah.
bishop on f2.
Yeah, maybe this wasn't such a great exchange for black.
But maybe black was worried about knight e3 though.
Knight b3.
Maybe it was
Mhm.
like a defensive
That's
thing.
the
So
position.
like after bishop e4,
Right.
white might want to play
Knight e3.
if you if you
Well, the threat is to take on d4 then, with the bishop on e4. Now the threat is to take on d4.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And you can't go back anymore. So now you have to.
Right.
This forces the trade.
Let's
Yeah.
wait for this to keep-
So if you don't go bishop d4, white's next moves will be bishop e4 and knight e3.
Yes.
Anything.
Then
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
actually awkward because how do you guard g6 there?
I agree.
And black's pieces are all on the queen side
Maybe black should play queen b5
Free tournament.
Yeah, it could.
for queen d7 or something like that.
and queen b5.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
correct.
White could play c4, but then there goes the b2 and d4. Yeah,
Yeah.
That, white's not going to do that. So, what about queen b5?
It looks like a good move. Yeah.
Queen goes back. Well, if queen goes back to c2, then rook e2 or something. So
Yeah, the clocks are fine.
Yeah, for sure.
queen b5 looks good.
Clocks are fine.
Maybe bishop e4. Queen b5, bishop e4.
Okay.
And if queen d3, bishop d3, suddenly
Knight
a4
d5.
is hanging. No, yeah, that's true. Knight d5.
Maybe white is
But
okay
then
with
rook
that.
a4.
Or yeah, rook a4 or bishop takes a6, I guess.
Yeah.
Which pawn? I guess you want to win the a4 pawn. Yeah, rook takes a4.
It might not be that clear. Of course, knight f4 then.
Right.
Knight takes f4. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, this happens, and now Natalia's thinking about which way to retake.
It seems like white is far from lost here.
Yeah, white's back in the game.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at this game. Did we ever get this straightened out here? Bishop takes e4, queen c7, rook c7. This is making sense now. Rook c8, knight a1.
It's the
Rook
only way.
c4.
It's the only way to guard
Yeah.
c2, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Rook c4 drops the d6 pawn suddenly. Okay,
So
is black
e4.
in trouble? Is white in trouble? White might still be in trouble, huh? At f4, rook e4, and
Looks like white is in trouble.
yeah, white is in trouble. White desperately gets back here, but
yeah.
can white hold this?
So material is now equal, but not for long, probably, because there's rook h4.
Yeah.
But white can take the.
And that's exactly what happens.
So he's going for a pawns on opposite sides position where he has
Where
a
black
bishop.
is, must be winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a good decision.
Yeah.
Because black's bishop is so strong and the h pawn is going to be passed.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So white has to take time out too to play a4 here, I would guess, right?
So rook a6, rook h2, a4.
Yeah, and then I guess take en passant, take back en passant, and then, like you said, black must be better, if not winning that with the
Yeah.
races, with the race of the pawns on opposite sides. Okay.
And white can
That's
continue
our
playing,
call.
I guess, but
That's our call. Krishna Kumar versus Ethan Boldy. Okay, so this
so he
did
had to play g5.
this did happen.
Because he couldn't take on g2.
He can't take, and he checks. and goes back.
No, he wants
Maybe
to
he
take
shouldn't have
with
gone to. Maybe he shouldn't have gone to D2. Should he come up to D4?
So can White just ditch his kingside pawns? Or
Well, that's
is that
what.
not
That's
gonna
what. That's. He doesn't ditch them.
Yeah,
He
so he's
decides to
keeping it.
save everything.
Okay, and so here, what's going on? So if White takes twice on G5, maybe Black goes F4.
Yeah, and
That tries to
looks
get
a little
counterplay.
dangerous. It's scary. And that A8 square is still guarded by the bishop.
And your pawn is still very far.
Yeah. Rook G1 look wrong, doesn't it? It looks to me like
Yeah,
White
maybe.
should just be more. It looks to me like White should be more reckless with.
I mean, I guess Black played this well too, to
Yeah.
get some counter.
Maybe White should play King D4 and just be like, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah,
Possibly.
yeah.
Okay.
And I suppose
Instead,
after King D4,
Instead, this happened. FG5. I'm assuming HG5, HG5, and then F4.
if HG5 is White gonna play H5?
Is White gonna play H5?
Maybe. I mean, Black doesn't really.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I would
Yeah.
play H5 because Black doesn't need the G pawn. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you play H5 now. You have pawns on both
Yeah,
sides.
you have two passed pawns.
And then you just push your H pawn. And what does Black do?
He's got to scurry over with the king over there, but then White
White has time to
White
push
is-
the A pawn.
White is trying to play. Yeah, that should go well for White.
So
Oh, look at these guys have signed the score sheets. Did they agree to a draw on board 2?
oh, that would be surprising.
No, they're still playing. I thought it looked to me like they were both. Why play A3? Okay, when you could play A4, but
Because you're gonna take on B4. So you're kind of forcing
sort of
Black's
the
down.
same. But A4 puts the pawn. Yeah, I guess it's almost exactly the same. There might be some difference. Okay.
So
This looks like a win for White. I mean,
but
for
how
Black.
do you take
for
back
Black.
to maximize your drawing chances? Probably either way is bad. So
Mm.
Rook takes A3, you're just really behind in the race.
Yeah,
because
you take with the pawn.
you have to. Yeah.
Unless you're planning on pushing the C pawn for some reason. I guess that's possible.
Yeah, I think you gotta take with a pawn.
Yeah. Well, Elliot, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And he played H5. Nice move. Nice move. These kids are playing good chess. They're like,
So does Black
it's
have
like
any
10,
hope?
9 years old. Well, yeah, he's going to play what, E3 check
Yeah,
and
something like
F4 and
So E3 check, what does White play?
King E1, I guess. Right?
And
then what? F4?
F4, H6. Bishop takes G2. H7, F3. That's actually, scary for White.
Yeah.
Somewhat scary, at least. Let's see. Is that? No, I think that works out for White. So the line is E3 check, King E1, F4, H6. Bishop takes G2. Okay, he's going F4 first. I guess it doesn't matter.
Right. H5. Oh, the pawn can be stopped maybe with Bishop E4.
Oh,
There's
that's
got
what he's
to be-
going for.
Maybe, or
That's,
at least giving himself that
okay.
option.
That's a hook then, I think.
But then, of course, the other pawn goes in for a touchdown.
Right.
This has got to be a win for White.
Oh, so what do you do is you
Well, H6.
H6 and then E3 check, King E1.
Could you play King D3 there?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't see why not actually.
Rook G4.
Just the brief version.
White wants to make a queen, folks. We're coming into the final hour of the Tuesday night marathon. I'm sitting here with National Master Tenzing Shaw. The tension is unbearable. How are you doing in this tournament, by the way?
Not that great, but
Nobody's
but it could be
doing
worse.
good except for Hosea. Hosea's the only person who's doing well.
Well, and Eric probably.
Yeah, Eric. Although he got crushed by Hosea, right? I think.
But he's won all his other games.
Right.
So.
We've been streaming for 2 hours and 28 minutes. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, it looks lost for.
It
I
looks
think it looks
lost for
yeah.
black. I would say
I don't
so.
see a hope.
Okay. Let's go to Rujak versus Wong. And this game, whoops. Rook D1. Okay. It went Rook B4. We were here. And
And
black
he took.
played
Okay.
the simple Rook takes bishop.
Oh, and he just played Rook 8.
Okay, that took the rook out of take and defended the a7 pawn, which didn't need defend. Well, it might have needed defending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's solid for black, I guess.
Yeah.
So
This
white.
looks equal, right? Doesn't it somehow?
Yeah, I think it probably should be.
White's a little better, and they're okay.
Yeah, should be. Should be. A
Should
draw.
be equal. All right, let's move on to this very complicated game.
Oh, so what is this? White played Queen B5. So
Yeah.
how does black respond?
I don't know. He can leave his queen on b4 and do something else. He could play a5. He could play.
A5 might be a good move, actually.
He could play probably any number of moves here. He could exchange on b5 and play knight e4, attacking the rook at d2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're moving on. They're going to wait until get into desperate time trouble.
So
Okay.
black played
Oh
f4.
no! What happened to
Oh, no.
Mansour here?
He lost his queen. How
He
did that
lost his
happen?
queen.
So black went for f4, which is good, and we got
Or
this
did
line.
he lose his queen? He did play f4.
And then white did play knight e7.
He played knight e7 just like we thought.
F3
F3 check,
check. Okay,
king
here we
f3.
go.
We're geniuses. White should not have allowed this. I don't think.
So do you take with a pawn, maybe?
I mean,
Probably you do. Yeah.
I don't know, but this looks so dangerous.
How did he lose his pawn?
Oh, he gave up the queen this way. Nice
He
move.
gave up.
Queen f1 check though. Ah,
Oh,
disaster.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess he missed.
He missed
What
queen
did he-
f1 check.
Did he have anything else? What could he have played?
Yeah, maybe he could play knight
Oh,
f4.
yeah, what a
Maybe he could
shot.
play knight f4 here.
Knight f4, queen f1.
Queen h1. Oh
Queen-
yeah.
oh, sorry.
Queen f1 mate.
No, queen f1 is guarded by the queen. I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm,
Black's gotten a lot of
Same
counterplay though.
but queen
But-
g4 maybe.
that's a
He saw a nice move, but then it was met by a nicer
that's
move.
a kid puzzle skewer.
Maybe white is alive after knight f4 though.
Yeah, maybe.
What does black do to win?
Queen g4, king g2. Yeah, he played this what looks like a winning move, queen f6, because he can't take back. But black found queen f1 check, and then boom,
Yeah,
and now
It's a puzzle.
white is completely lost.
white's completely losing this.
Yeah.
Wow, the man that's impossible to beat is on his way to defeat here. He's still holding on though, so
And he's so low on time, like it's.
he's low on time, and that's
I
when
can't
mistakes
believe, like,
occurs.
He played.
Let's go back.
Go back a few moves.
Okay.
Queen h1. Daniel is suggesting.
Knight 7, f3, king f3, queen h3, knight g6, king h7, knight f4, queen h1, queen takes h1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what else does black have after knight f4?
Knight f4. Queen g4. You don't trust Carlson, Daniel? I think I wouldn't trust him either. Queen g4, and you can't. And black can't follow up with knight e4 because the queen g7 mate. So black's.
Well, your queen on g4 is guarding.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So maybe
queen
you can,
g4, king g2, knight e4.
But and then if knight h5, you take on e2.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking knight h5, and you can't take, but e2 is hanging, and that
So
has to
this
be collapsing.
black went on a desperate counterattack that looked like it actually worked. So let's see, knight e7.
Yeah.
F3 check.
So you probably have to take with the pawn to not weaken your king. Yeah.
So
if you
maybe
take with
pawn
the
takes pawn.
Yeah, I think
There you go.
after e takes f3, I mean, I don't think black's e pawn is
Going
by itself
anywhere.
gonna win the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, I agree. So all he had, if Mansour had taken with the pawn here instead of with the king, this black pass pawn at e3 is not going anywhere.
Because where does black even move his queen?
Yeah, black has to move. Yeah,
D8.
exactly. And
That
then
looks
knight
awful.
g6 check. Then knight g6 check is probably.
And you can
crushing.
always play like knight f4
Yeah.
and come back and hold the pawn. And black's knight has no moves because
Yeah.
e4 is covered, so
So instead, taking with the king allows this
counterplay.
penetration, and now this combination looks like it wins, but actually loses. And
So g5.
yeah. All right, so still hanging in there.
Oh, g5, maybe
Sorry.
maybe he's hoping for some tricks, so
Yeah, there's tricks. There's tricks.
Yeah, but
no, it's not really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Being down a
Few
queen
tricks.
for a knight is definitely difficult.
And this time, like
Yeah.
he has to move instantly.
Okay, what happened here?
Okay, let's go back to this incredible game. Bishop f2.
Who's better here?
Well, let's see. Natalia,
I
this is
wasn't
very complicated. She took back with the rook instead of with the knight.
Okay.
And then Hosea threw in c4 to stave off bishop takes f5 for a move. Natalia goes back queen b1. And now the incredible Stearman plays knight takes d5.
Oh, so how does this work? So bishop takes d5, rook e1 check, king g2.
King g2, rook takes d1.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And if queen d1, knight e3
Knight e3,
check.
right, so-
that would be a typical Hosea cheapo.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you does it. Well, you can play rook f1, but then rook f1, king f1, queen d1, then knight e3. But
And
that
then
doesn't
you're a
work.
knight down.
Yeah, you're
a
a
whole
piece
piece
down.
down.
Yeah.
At
Okay,
the
so
end
what,
of that.
so what happens after bishop d5, rook e1, rook f1? There must be
There must be
something that he
maybe
saw.
queen b6 check. Whoa, yeah, that's bishop d5.
Yeah, that does look
rook f.
strong.
But then knight. Oh, you can't play knight f2 because of rook takes b1.
Right.
King, and if king g2, knight.
Maybe there's knight h4. Or something.
You could play knight e3 and then knight e3, rook b1.
Yeah. So can white play anything else here? Can he take on? Well, if you take on f5, is it just the same thing, or
Bishop d5. Rook e. What?
rook e1 would be played?
King g2. Rook d. Oh, knight e3 check is still possible. Oh no, you can't. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Is white getting too many pieces though?
I think you have to take on d5 then. Oh, but what about? There's also a move to look at.
Okay, so bishop f5, rook e1, king g2. If
Rook-
knight
rook
e3,
d1.
yeah, you don't want to play knight e3 because then I think knight takes e3, right? And white's getting
Yeah.
maybe too many pieces.
But rook takes d1. Then maybe bishop takes g6 doesn't change anything after king g7.
Incredible. Nice little combination, if it works.
So what else can you try here? Can you try like rook a3? No, but queen takes a3, maybe? Yeah, maybe queen takes a3.
Wow, this is complicated.
So if you, maybe rook a3. Okay, what if I play
Queen a3.
rook a3, queen a3, bishop f5? How about that? Then I want some perpetual check on the king side or something. That's the
And
dream.
you could go rook e1 check again.
King, okay, king g2, is that,
And then
that's
rook d1.
still the same, I guess? I guess that's still the same.
It looks like it all works for black, or should work for black somehow. Isn't that weird? Bishop d. Let's look at bishop d5. Rook e1. Okay, white has two moves: king g2 or rook f1. Rook f1. Then queen b6 check. And if king g2, rook takes d1.
Yeah,
That's it. The game is over,
yeah.
right? Okay. So I don't think bishop d5 is even possible.
So what happens on bishop c2?
Right now.
Is it just the same thing, or
Rook
rook
e1
e1?
check, and then maybe the queen just goes
This is
back, if
finished.
nothing else.
It's all finished.
So
Yeah, it's rook e1 and knight e3.
this is slightly
Rook
better
e1
for
and knight
black.
e3 wins.
Oh.
Is that what the computer
That's
says?
not what the computer says, yeah. We're sitting on the computer
Minus
analysis.
0.5.
He said that.
Great stream. Chess, hey, do you know, thank you from YouTube, Chess Sin Frontera says this is a great stream. Thank you. We're doing what we, and is that,
Sin fronteras.
is that, yeah.
Should we look at another one?
All right.
Yeah, so wait, guys, I lost you probably 2 lines in while you started discussion. So, what do you anticipate? Bishop takes?
Well, bishop takes d5, then rook to e1 check, and now.
And then king has to go up.
Well,
right?
if the king
Because-
goes up to g2, then rook takes d1. Now, if queen takes d1, knight to e3 check, forks the king and the rook, king and the queen.
It happens.
So, I think this is
You
trouble.
wanna comment your game?
Here.
Okay, Mansoor.
We are very, very sorry.
Oh, no, it's not fine. Yeah, we're very happy that you're still willing to.
So you escaped?
No, I didn't. It was. Yeah.
All right. This is, I'm joined by Mansoor,
What can you do?
who I think, did you lose?
Yeah, I did finally.
Okay. You were winning, or we think. We think you were winning. And then time pressure got to you.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
see.
my opponent was like playing 10-15 moves in just 1 minute in the starting of the open. I don't know how he does it in a 2-hour game, so there's no way I could have not been in a time pressure.
I think he probably saw that you have been on time pressure. I think that
Yeah.
probably was also like some kind of personal tactics against you, right?
It could have been. It could have
I
been.
never saw Queen F1 finally. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was a blunder
Yeah, we
by him,
figured.
but I made the blunder.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to look at the top board in the A-B section.
Yes.
Um,
Draw.
You wanna sit down?
Daniel Perlov. Akko, congratulations. You beat a man very difficult to beat. This is, I'm joined here by not only Mansoor Mohammed, but by Akko Hidari, who and we're gonna let's take a look at your guys' game here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, we don't need to look at the final position. Let's just run through this. And I don't know much about opening theory, but it seemed to me that Black got a good game out of the opening. And maybe taking on b4 was not such the good move.
Oh, that's the best.
Is it the best move?
Practice.
Okay.
Well, I castle just to move my bishop away and make that bishop stuck, but then once he takes with the pawn on d4, his bishop just escapes back. So I just thought, why not take it and double up his pawns? And that side I couldn't see any development for him, because if he develops, I wasn't sure if he could get anything out of that.
Go one more back. So there are two plans. One is like bishop c3 back to b2 or capturing. That c5 was Topalov idea, and then it's okay.
Yeah.
So you capture. The other idea is bishop c3. Knight
Yeah, I thought
takes-
maybe bringing the bishop this way also is
Then you
possible.
take on
Bishop
d4.
f4.
It's kind of hedgehog,
Yeah.
but white
Yeah.
cannot play e4 easily. Okay, but taking is the most risky.
Okay.
Take. And here you have queen d3 or knight d2. Both have the idea to play e4.
Okay, and there's also a3 possible.
No,
Come
you
on.
never play
I thought
basically.
about a3, but
Because
it could have
black
been-
captures and then a5 and then put a knight on b4 and he's happy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You see, rook e1 is
But he also
kind of
loses the
novel.
b5 square if you push a5. So
It's a novelty, huh?
Alright, at least I haven't seen it. It's like knight d2, queen c2 and e4. But rook e1 is a waiting move. Okay, rook e8. I don't know where I want to put my queen or the b8 knight. Queen c2, a5, useful move anyway. And rook d1. I think white sooner or later have to play e4 to get some space, right?
yeah, but
E4 is going to be
position,
going to be met by E5.
e5, and then I don't.
So I
have
think this position is sort of in equal.
Yeah, black
is sort of
implements
equal.
sort of dark square strategy, but I don't like knight g5. It just makes the game easier for black.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that white had anything else anyway. I mean, it's just
e4, and then after e5, knight goes to. So e4, e5, and
Okay.
then eventually you play knight h4, knight f5, and you try to push with f4. It's like standard plan for white. Black tries to double on the a file and open that line. So, or somehow black needs that c5 square, so he has to take on d4. Then white can double on d file, put some pressure on d6 pawn. That's what normally happens.
so you could play E4 and then just try to roll up the center.
Yeah. But
Is
then
one
once
way
I
of
play
playing
e4,
it.
e5, and then d5.
But playing with
You
the
don't play
pieces,
D5, yeah.
playing with the pieces
Oh.
like this is also a way to play, I think.
So
And this is-
here I wasn't sure. Should I
Yeah.
exchange the knights?
Or play queen
no?
b7.
It would have been a draw if knight exchanges. but I
Probably,
don't know
yeah,
where.
very equal.
But
I wanted to play for a draw at this point, but then
But yeah, Mansour was
this is
short of
this is
time, so
yeah
otherwise
this
it was
led
good.
to problems for black actually.
Yeah, a4 was not good.
I don't think it was
Yeah,
good.
just
Black was
weakened up a
impatient, and
Queen d2.
Queen d2 was a strong move, and this didn't help black's cause. And black is just a pawn down for nothing. I
Or
think.
open file in second rank,
Yeah,
but
but-
yeah, not that much.
Yeah.
Well, if you do not lose the b pawn and then take the a file, then better. But here I think, yeah, I think white is slightly better. Or maybe completely better, okay? Now that I have to move the queen, then trouble. I think e5 is...
Well,
if
it's
it wasn't in time
almost
trouble-
forced. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about king f7 too, but it's crazy.
So, what happens if white takes twice on e4?
He takes
Oh,
once,
he
you don't
plays
take
knight
back. You play rook e8.
Oh, that's right. That's what
And
happened.
then I think knight f4, knight d5, or
Yeah,
what he
that's-
played, knight b4, knight d5.
I wasn't
is good.
expecting rook e8.
This is a waste of time. Just play e5 right away.
Yes,
Played e5.
I did play at one point.
Oh, you did play
Yeah.
e5. Yeah.
At this point, I was thinking he got back the pawn which I got at b4. But
No,
then
no,
I
no.
But
then I
not
realized
exactly,
where the hell
yeah.
is it? I'm a pawn. How did I
Already
become pawn
a
up?
pawn.
I still don't understand.
So
how did I
maybe
become
simple
Well, I
is to
gave up
take
the
on
e pawn,
e5.
you take it back, but you are already ahead for your b pawn.
Actually, I offered him a draw over here, thinking that it's equal now. 4 pawns each.
This
or
I
five
worked.
think
pawns.
white is
This
better now.
white's much better.
Yeah,
This
I-
actually,
Better.
this was well played. The knight on c6 was
At
a
this
great
point, I was thinking
idea.
it's equal position. I didn't know I was a pawn up here.
I think
Actually,
here h3 was a little better, but well. if
And
you
what
go-
no,
happens?
here I could
what
have just
happens,
taken
queen
that.
takes
I missed that.
b6?
Like I didn't see that at all. Like
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
that. But I think knight c5, can that knight c5 win the b3 pawn back? And like, is it
Instead
rather
of-
than knight f6?
Okay, hold on.
Rather than knight f6? Knight c5?
yeah, knight c5 should have been the move, and then I was thinking queen to c3. Oh, sorry, rook to b1 first, and then queen c3, and then
Trying to extricate yourself.
yeah. That was my idea actually. Like it's
I
I
just
think
gonna be
it
a
was
blockade.
missed. I missed
Knight
the
f6, queen b6.
Yeah,
But this also.
yeah, it was okay for me.
And here I was just saying queen f4 or queen f4.
Yeah, even I was thinking queen f4 is the only move. Then you push g5, and then I'm
d6,
like, queen.
and then it's very complex. I think white is for choice. White is completely better here.
Yeah, here
The only thing is
was-
just like 4 minutes. I have 1 hour.
You're
now.
exchanging his
Yeah,
his
he had
active.
one big advantage, which was the
You're
time.
exchanging his active piece here.
Three.
You're trying to get something, but this is well played.
And
His
here
queen was basically stuck,
I
right?
realized, oh, if I move my knight, I'll get checkmated. So scary.
So what about knight e7 right
That's
away?
what I played actually.
Can you
but-
make
Well, then
repetition
queen-
here? Can you make repetition here? Excuse me.
No, no, no.
Yeah, but then I just thought I can fix my rook, which is hanging over there, and then play this repetition. But then
Queen e5. f4 is the last chance. For
I should have
survival.
just pushed g4 over there, I believe. But
Now what happens if white plays pawn takes
I
pawn?
think it's the only reasonable
Yeah,
move.
I
that
think
was a
And
it's
good
then
move. I
you
was
pretty
just-
good.
yeah, having hallucination of that rook file is still gonna be there, and he's just gonna push star.
So e takes f3. I think black plays queen d8. White plays queen.
Knight g6 check.
Yeah,
I think that can help. Okay, king h, king
king g7.
g7, g8 or
G8.
e7, and then that e3 makes white a bit nervous because he's in time trouble. But basically, black is lost. I think.
No, the thing is, once I put my knight over here, his rook file is open, and then that e pawn can just march, right? So that was my only concern,
But I cannot kick away that knight. Let's say you keep it there. E takes f3.
right? Knight check.
Queen. No, don't keep check.
Okay, so what is my move here?
Queen d8.
Queen d8. I attack your knight. You play queen
But then
e3. You completely dominate. And then
I can
if I
just
play
play queen
e2, you
e5, right?
play.
Queen e5.
Oh,
would have
queen
been
e5
Yeah,
is
that was
also
my-
possible.
Yeah, that was my first choice actually.
Did you miss the h3 or no? You saw that.
Yeah, I missed h3. I didn't know it was hanging. I was thinking
Queen
queen is gonna come
e5 is
to f.
very strong. Queen e5 is very strong.
Yeah, queen e5 was my first idea. Like, once this f pawn wouldn't have come, I was anyway gonna play queen e5. So
Because he can't play knight g8 because you play
yeah,
knight
it's
g6
just over.
check.
Yeah, once I play
Mm.
queen e5, it's over. But then here,
But king f3 gives a chance to
Survival.
yeah, I was thinking queen is gonna come to f5 here. Then I thought I can take the pawns and just move
The
this
knight
side
is
somehow.
there, I
the
can-
knight's there.
And that
Oh,
sacrifice
sorry. I
doesn't
thought
go
he's gonna
anywhere.
sack the rook because I have seen his games. He's been sacking all his rooks for a piece. So I was thinking he's definitely gonna do that.
I
That's why I took
considered
that.
it, but it doesn't give me even a perpetual.
Now knight f4 is the only move.
Yeah, but then this is where I blundered terribly bad.
Well,
Like-
then maybe. Yeah, knight
but he
f4
has
is the
this
best
square,
move, right?
queen to g4.
Then
F4,
king
your
back
pawn
to
is-
he takes
g2.
this-
But no, he
No,
can't.
no, no.
Not with the knight on
Oh,
f4.
oh, oh. But then,
That's what-
oh, okay. I thought of this move, but
Then
I had this
I don't have
illusions
even
going.
g5, so I'm like
Knight f4,
Yeah, you don't have g.
queen g4,
king g2. What's
king
the point?
g2.
Probably and I cannot make like knight e5, knight h5 or knight e4 because I get checkmate on g7.
Yeah,
so
I was
Well,
definitely
knight
considering
h5
that.
is possible.
yes, maybe.
Because, oh no,
Yeah.
not
No, the
it's
knight
not knight takes
takes,
h5.
queen
But then maybe
h5.
queen takes e2 check. No, then
Queen
king.
takes h5 check.
No, it's not check.
So knight f4, knight H5.
No, knight f4.
But knight
knight
h5 is just gonna be a mate over there, right?
Knight
Somehow.
f4 attacks the
Knight
queen at h3.
Oh, so
Okay.
you have
So queen g4 check.
Oh yeah.
king G2.
King g2. Now if black tries knight h5, and he might not have anything else,
Yeah, that's the only.
then knight takes h5.
Yeah.
Queen takes
takes
e2 check.
E2 first.
King to
and
g1.
then king to G1.
And you don't have even.
And then you're threatened. Black is threatened with if queen
Yeah,
f2
once
check.
you take that, it's a mate there.
If queen f2 check,
I go somewhere.
king
And
h1,
he
but
needs
then
to
queen
protect
f3 check.
Is it perpetual?
that could have been a
King h2, queen f3 check. I think it might be a draw.
But what if you ask check here, right? Instead of going here, I should have gone here, right?
But then queen takes h5 check.
Oh, okay.
It might be a draw.
Yeah, it could have been a draw.
Yeah, after f3, black gets a chance to survive. But at some point, yeah, I
But
lost
he
the
takes with
control.
the
White
pawn.
was much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's
my,
no way I can
my mistake
skip
was
this.
a4. A4 was a bit early.
Yeah, a4 should have lost you the game, I think,
A4.
or come close to losing a pawn, and then maybe the game.
I think here I should have just pushed G4. What about
Oh, that's
thing?
Can
But then
Yeah, that looks good too.
Yeah, I never considered that H pawn is hanging there. Like I just forgot. I was thinking his queen is trapped for
If
some
knight
reason.
takes g4, queen, knight g6 check, and mate next move.
Yeah.
G4. No, I cannot play knight takes G4
No.
because then the queen is hanging. So G4, I have to move my queen, or
The
I have to
moment he
play
takes
F3
with knight takes,
anyway.
I ask check and mate him and do it.
No, wait a minute. You've just played knight e7. So instead of
If I push
after
G4.
f4, g4, but then he has knight takes g4. Oh no, queen takes g7, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He takes the moment he takes, it's gonna be a mate.
yeah.
His knight is pinned, his queen is pinned, everything is pinned.
Yeah, it's
G4
not so
doesn't-
I
good.
think queen a, even if you get a chance to play queen a6 here.
Yeah, I was considering that
Yeah.
too, but
I
then
think-
first I wanted to fix this problem, but then that was
Yeah,
E pawn was the
tactics.
one. Yeah,
It's
in
hard
time,
to stay on top of tactics in time trouble.
time trouble is
So
the
yeah,
worst for
yeah.
Anyway,
Good game. Anyway, thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank
you
you.
guys, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
much.
Congratulations, both
you.
of you. Hard fought game.
Yep.
You, Mansoor, don't lose heart. You're probably
Yeah, sure.
still leading the tournament, right?
Yeah, it's tight, I think.
It's tight.
It's tied, right?
Okay.
You guys
And there's
play.
2 rounds to go.
I'm not rooting for him.
I know.
but
He's a nice guy. Yeah, I
he's
know.
a nice guy, and
Yeah.
also, I mean, it's always nice to see a not losing streak. That's always very special. But congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great
I think-
chess
I
play.
was telling
Good
him, I think you
game.
played
A good
him
game.
on his time pressure
Yeah, for
sensitive.
some reason, I spent a lot on that.
It's part of the game. It's part of the
I've
game.
seen him being in time pressure. a
No,
lot.
for some reason, I don't know why you spend so much time on the opening.
Yeah,
The opening is a good place to spend time on, but then you have
I
to.
take the little bit more. Like,
Thank you very much.
I guess I know I have. I'll
Yeah, no,
stay. Okay.
Thank you, Mansoor.
Bye.
Okay, a dramatic game
Yeah.
there. But and
Sit back
Judah, are you
and
going to
wait.
sit with me for a while,
Yes.
please?
Yes,
Okay,
I will.
good. Dum da dum.
It would have been this week.
Good. I've missed you. You haven't sat down with me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
That's life. I like your hat and your
I'm-
sunglasses.
Yeah. Okay.
The-
I scare myself when I wear the
Why? It's
sunglasses.
like very Men in Black.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yes.
All right,
Men in
you
Black.
guys. It's
Ghostbuster.
round 7 of the Tuesday night marathon, and you know it's the Blues Brothers or the
Blues Brothers. That's it.
gangsters.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna make a selfie. Don't.
Okay.
Let's make a selfie. I like it.
All right.
We look
Okay.
decently tired and annoyed
Should
by
we-
this week, right? No, not annoyed.
Okay, we're here at the Mechanics Institute.
No, that wasn't it. There you go. That's better.
Looking serious. Yeah.
Looking serious.
Okay. Now I can see again. Stream, yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks, Cheetah, Heart, Napalm. The streaming selfies, yeah.
yes.
We'll do more of that, yeah. I'm not sure what other props. We're going to bring a dartboard in and put our enemies on the dartboard behind us and then throw darts at them.
And then they can guess who's there.
Right, yeah.
And who's
yeah.
throwing.
Would be a
this
big
thing.
question mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you throw a lot of darts, then they can guess. If I throw a lot of darts, they can guess, right?
Okay.
That's
So
good.
I'm
Anyway.
honored to be here with the chess organizer of the year. Was it last year?
No, it was 2017 actually.
2017.
That's the first award that I won, and then I brought home the Club of the Year for the previous organizer.
Wow. Okay, so
It's gonna-
you're a big hitter in the
No,
world
I
of
don't
chess,
think,
and
well, I don't think so. But
I know you're doing amazing things here at the Mechanics Institute
Thank
Chess
you.
Club, and you've only been here for a few months, so
3 months.
just hold your breath, everybody, because as soon as we stabilize the ship, we are coming to get the whole world.
Yeah, I think the ship is pretty stable.
Yeah, I think it
and
is too.
I'm very much enjoying this community. It's very close, friendly, nice
Good.
people.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
less
You
politics
can't
than
trust
anywhere
any
else.
of it. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Well, you can actually.
No, I
It's
think
very
you can. I think that the institute that we work for here, the Mechanics Institute, they just want to see us do a good job. They're not, if we need to coast for a while, they're going to be completely fine with that. If we get ambitious, they're going to be fine with that. And if we fall down a little bit, they're going to be fine with that too. We're
Yeah.
working for a nonprofit that's been around for so much longer than Twitch and Twitter and Facebook. It's just a joke. We can't even
you know what,
compare
I mean,
it.
let's promote this nonprofit aspect a little bit, because
Okay.
there are nonprofits out there all the time, right, all over the world, who make a profit out of what they do and really forget to turn back the profit, right? So this nonprofit that we work for, Mechanics Institute, they are not only have free classes. We
Right.
have 20 free classes for the kids around San Francisco. I mean,
This is what we
that's-
do. We
that's a
return
serious
things to the
budget, right?
community. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
and we keep our regular prices low. I mean, you can't really play for $30 anywhere around the Bay Area nowadays, right?
yeah, we've got cheap chess tournaments, and
Yeah.
the parents appreciate that.
Affordable, not cheap.
Sorry, not
How's
cheap.
your dad doing? I don't. I
Affordable.
think he Pavlov finished his game, right? He
Yes,
won.
he won.
Or Drew?
Your dad won.
No, I think he won.
Okay.
He was
He's
winning.
finished.
20 free classes.
So these free classes are actually for schools that are in neighborhoods where kids go where they could not afford chess.
That's right. I've taught it. I've substitute taught it in the Tenderloin class and some other classes around here. So you can't believe your dad won, Daniel. I mean, what is it? He won? Oh.
No faith.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
your dad. He's.
so embracing that nonprofit mentality that we are serving the community. Yes, there are programs that we make a little bit of profit, but we actually turn it back and support and grow and offer free classes. Like you have a free class on
I teach a free
Thursday?
class on Thursday.
Yeah.
Grandmaster Nick DeFermian teaches a free class on Wednesday.
We have free classes on Saturdays for kids. We have free class for women on
Sunday,
Sundays.
yeah.
And the TNM lectures are free.
Go to chessclub.org.
So, I mean, you can beat that.
We're all
and
about the free chess. Yeah.
So
We're
there's
giving it away.
So there's really no reason to not get any better.
And-
That's right.
And just kind of to that point too, just the nonprofit status and the things we do to give back. It's just, the staff and the community we have here. It's really like a family here. Between you, Judith, me, Juan, Nick. We have the other people in the institute that are a part of our team. Laura, advanced director, Jen, who's our accountant, Kimberly, our executive director. It's like we're all in it together and we all work together. And the trustees, they come here.
Yeah.
They're a part of this. Patrick Wolf was here.
Yeah.
Jim Eade, former director.
There's a common culture and a common.
Josiah is finished too.
Yeah, this looks to me like Eric Lee is beating Elliot there, and Elliot's going to find it very difficult to stop the H pawn.
Well, they finished.
Going into queen.
Yeah.
And let's see what happened on the top board. Let's run down the moves here.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what happened.
I would just
go to the end.
Bishop F5, Rook E1, check, King G2, and Queen D1 is even maybe simpler. Bishop G6, King G7, and Black is going to scoop up the B pawn, and a little combination by White there doesn't help because, nice game by Josiah and a nice shot. Knight takes D5.
And I know he was at least 40 minutes late. He texted me he's running late, so I let Natalia know that don't worry, he's coming.
He's a talented young player. He's also got Natalia's
points.
Number, I think.
Yeah.
He's beaten her a number of times now.
But he's like 300 points higher than Natalia, right?
Yeah. Okay, a good game by him.
Huh?
Yeah.
Or we're not.
Let's see, Eric Lee.
So meanwhile, if you want to coach for us, just shoot me an email. Because I recruit schools every day, every week.
I have sent you 2 potential coaches recently.
And one, I interviewed him, Philip
Wharton, a good man.
And I just found a school for him today, so he's going to be happy.
And there was one other guy.
Yes, Pat.
For Daniel Perloff.
Yeah.
Your son is worried about you.
Yeah, don't worry.
And he
can be if you want.
It's all ended well.
Congratulations. And
a good game.
Yes.
Good game.
Can you switch the camera?
Okay, we're gonna switch the camera to the
Make a picture.
to the room camera. Let's see if I can do that. Is it the 2 camera scene? No.
The 1 camera.
It's not 1 camera.
No. Yeah, let's do that.
No, I think it's down here. It's down here. Room cam.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it's starting to empty
There
out
it is, but I have to transition it because otherwise people won't see it. And
you see.
yeah,
Good.
ta-da.
Yeah. So I told actually Gene Eade because we explained to him how we do this, and it actually looks pretty simple. All right. I explained this probably seems complicated.
Right.
But it's actually doable, right?
It's doable. If I was going to do this by myself, like if I was in control, like Juan wasn't here and all that, I would make no transitions. I would try to keep it as simple as possible. Yeah, because we're doing some complicated things that you need a whole bunch of people to, we've got the cameras and people. It can be done. Obviously, other streamers do it. Just one person, they set up a camera and then they play online like Nakamura does or whatever.
Simple, fewer things to break.
Yeah, I like that. That's true. Simple, fewer things to break. That's
exactly.
Classic.
And you're the Stockton coach, right? Doc Scheibel. I think.
And who's Cheetah Heart Napalm?
Isn't Cheetah Heart the Canadian one who followed us last time?
Maybe, yeah. From Twitch. A lot of people are here on Twitch following us.
Yeah, so Scheibel, he's Philip Scheibel, Doc Scheibel. He's a he's a coach, and he started a free chess club in Stockton. In my hometown, I live in Stockton, and bats are posing as a child. No, you're really good. So he has a chess club in Stockton.
Okay.
He started it in the downtown library, the Cesar Chavez Library.
A lot. We have next week. We have 2 people coming here to talk to me. One of them teaches in the library. I think what's her. Lauren Goodkind. I think she teaches in the library, in the public library.
So it's in Stockton. I know it's Mondays. I think he starts at 5:30. So if you hear this and you live in Stockton, go there. I'll try to bring my girls there.
I haven't been to Stockton in a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a non-Canadian.
Okay, so I
we
mixed
got you
up.
wrong.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lauren Goodkind also has a free class. I think she holds it on Sundays
At the public library.
at the public library in Palo Alto somewhere. I don't know. There's a lot of good people around here who are giving back to the community. Shout out to Lauren. She's gonna promote her new book probably when she comes next week, but she does have a second book out there. I'm very proud of her because it takes a lot of time to make a book. And this is her second book. It was really fun to be a part of her evaluation group for the cover of her first book.
Okay.
She had the Poison Pawn book, and she had a few cover picture ideas, and it was really fun to kind of work with her friends and kind of determine what will be the final version. So I can't wait to see how she's doing with her second book. So yeah, do you want to sit down?
I'm watching.
He's like 15 minutes late.
Hey, Josiah, nice to see you, man. Congratulations. Another nice. You're totally in form. You're seeing the tactics. I think this is the end, obviously, of this game. Played out till May, which is what's been going on with the. The young expert Krishna Kumar, Sharam Krishna Kumar beats the other the equally young expert Ethan Boldy, and
isn't this funny how these pairings, the 2 young guys they paired against?
And I'm here with Lightning Bolt Man. I love that T-shirt. I want that T-shirt. Maybe they should do that in chess, like trade T-shirts after the game or something like that, like they do in soccer.
I'm gonna change his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's put. You have to take your name out first.
Yes, I know.
If you want. You gonna show us your game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna.
You mean we're actually gonna see some chess here tonight after 3 hours of streaming?
Okay.
We're actually gonna look
Josiah, do you know where you are?
There he is.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, and then you go transition.
I know. Oops.
Boom.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, and then we'll go find Hosea up here.
Up there. Okay, I'll let you guys
And
start.
boom. And we'll go back to the beginning, and then Hosea Stearman is running away, not only running away with this tournament, but just crushing everybody in his path as he takes the Steve Brandwein Memorial tournament.
Well, I still gotta play Chiron next week, so.
Chiron? Yeah.
I have white.
He's good. He's good, but you're good. So he plays in Naudorf, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's not relevant to me.
Okay.
All right.
So show us your game with Natalia.
So, I mean, like, I thought last time we played, she played Knight F3. So that's kind of what I was expecting.
Right.
I mean, the guts to play the closest Sicilian against me is...
We noted that. It's
pretty funny. But, this Bishop G5 move is kind of weird.
It's a natural looking move. Look how fast these guys are playing over here. I almost want to look at their game.
Oh, I think he won.
Who won?
Guy.
Guy won?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the big guy one?
Yeah.
All right. Abel was there on the spot. So, okay. So Bishop G5.
Guy one, white. On
Yeah,
board.
so Bishop G5. I mean, basically you get Bishop E3, just I have H6 with tempo.
Right.
So, I mean, you gotta... So you either like, is H6 beneficial for me or not? I mean, I think it is.
I think it might be, unless you don't want to unless you can't cancel.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. Knight D4. So here she plays a common idea, Knight D1 to play C3.
Right.
And so I played B5, expecting C3 here, and then I'd taken E2.
Right.
And this
But
is
she
another...
doesn't want it.
Yeah, Knight C1. So this is also...
You were
know.
just fine out of this opening that
Yeah.
I saw.
I mean, I don't really think Knight D1, Knight C1 was the right track here. Because after E5, and I put my knight on E6, the knight's on the back rank, they're going to have a hard time coming into the game.
Yep.
So she plays F4, which I thought she'd play. Otherwise, I get D5 in, and it's pretty pleasant for me.
Sure.
So F4 takes, and then F5. She plays D4, which
And
I
that
expected.
looks, but except for positionally suspect. As
Yeah,
it
so
turns out.
takes. I thought she would take back. I think she should take back. Bishop takes E4 after D5, bringing the bishop back to C2. That way, after I play C4, otherwise I'd have a completely crushing positional advantage.
Right, and then
She has F5.
And
yeah.
even if it's a sacrifice, it's something she should maybe do.
Yeah, so I thought
If
she would
not-
try for this F5, but instead she played D5, in which after here, like this D5 pawn, she never can defend it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I never-
you have the F5 square to pivot
Yeah,
around.
exactly. So I
this is
castled.
just-
Here maybe I should have gone for the D5 pawn with like bishop B7, I thought.
Funny thing is,
this is fine,
this accelerated game is left.
This
And they start.
maybe she should take on F5
Yeah.
and play AB5
Oh no,
right away.
I don't know because
I mean, yeah. Well, you play take with the rook.
I take rook
Yeah.
takes C5, yeah.
Yeah.
So bishop G2, A6. I thought she would take
On B5
and open up the A file.
Yeah, something.
Because after queen D7, now if she takes, I take with my queen.
Yeah.
And then she can't stop bishop D3, and then knight takes D5.
I hate to say it, this is just a complete failure of strategy on White's part. I
So
mean,
knight F2, and now I just win this pawn for free. I probably should have converted it a little bit better, because actually this knight D1 move, like, it's kind of clever, and it kind of holds down the fort for
it
White.
does for a while. Yeah.
So here king H7, I don't know, I kind of... And then queen C2, I kind of missed this move.
Another sneaky move.
Yeah, so queen B3 to protect my pawn,
Right.
queen D3, and now it's kind of hard to find options here, because her next move is going to be bishop E4. So I tried to play this like clever little bishop D4.
Right. And
I think she
actually
should have
this
taken first.
Right, but you're giving her an opportunity to go wrong.
She should have taken first, then play bishop E4, in my opinion.
Okay.
So bishop E4 takes, and here I think she should have taken with a knight.
Okay, so several missed opportunities.
Yeah, because if she takes with a knight, the B2 pawn, like, it's really...
Yeah, so
doesn't-
what? As long as
yeah,
she
so
can
what?
take your A4 pawn in
Well, also
exchange.
F5.
Right.
And
yeah,
you want to
F5.
connect the rooks and kind of
Exactly.
exploit now that I've given up my dark square bishop.
Yep.
So here after rook takes F2, I have this C4 move. And she's forced to bring like the queen back.
Queen C2
She
maybe.
could, well,
was
queen
safer?
C2, I
Safer.
take. And then take D5.
Yeah.
So,
Although she can take. Yeah,
so
yeah.
queen
yeah.
B1, and this knight takes D5. It's very...
That
I think
seems
it's
to
good.
work completely.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
I didn't see
So
any.
bishop picks F5 is her best option. Here, rook F1 loses to queen B6.
Yep.
So after
It's
king
funny
G2
that it's how geometrical it was.
Yeah.
Bishop D5,
So
the same.
here I have
see-
the option of taking with the rook on D1.
Right.
And that actually wins a rook. But the line is rook takes D1, bishop takes G6 check, king G7, the queen goes to E4, and I take A1.
Who won?
Right.
But
Drop.
And then what? Queen
well,
T5.
queen D5 I have
Oh, Queen E6.
queen D5 with queen B7. But in queen E6 I have
Rook F8 or
Yeah, rook
probably,
F8.
Yeah.
but I don't know. I wasn't too confident in
Just play the simple move.
yeah, so I
it
played
was
queen
nice,
takes, which
yeah.
I knew that goes into this. And here she really made like a really bad mistake. Rook D2 is the best move here.
Oh, that makes sense.
and then you take
Right.
d6.
Right.
So this is complete oversight. So rook g2 at it. I could either take this with a knight or take it with a rook.
Right.
I think taking the rook was more straightforward. And it's kind of funny here. She can't take on d1 because I
Right.
take and then play a3,
Yeah,
a2.
yeah,
Can't stop it.
It's just,
So she just opts for this, in which I have these two connected pass
Yeah.
pawn. It's kind of over.
yeah. A good game. A good game. Yep. What I've noticed is that you're seeing a lot more than your opponent saw.
Yeah.
Especially that game with Elliot, I saw that you just saw a lot more. He
Even
was
though we-
lazy, even though the game ended in a draw.
He had a lot of missed opportunities that game.
Yeah, he did, and you pointed them all out to him. He didn't see a single one of them. But it shows to me that you're really in form, and I hope this continues beyond the Tuesday night marathon. You've got one IM norm
Yes.
right now. So when's your next IM norm?
Possibly in October.
Where?
LA.
What tournament in LA?
So the LA Chess Club is actually starting to do norm tournaments now.
The LA Chess Club? Maybe we should challenge them to a match.
Match, yes.
Yeah.
I
Chess
don't want to
players?
get into the non-tournaments.
No, not norm tournaments. No, I'm talking
No,
about
LA Chess Club.
Chess
That's what I
Club.
said. LA Chess Club and San Diego
Yeah,
Chess Club. Both of them.
let's take a look at these guys. Yeah, yeah. See, we have this whole window into the chess club world, and we want to do this. You know, we're like doing the chess club thing here. You know, So we're going to have strong tournaments. I don't know if we're going to have an IM Norm tournament in the future. I bet you with Abel and Judith here we will before long. But right now,
I'm looking forward to the Cal Chess Rapid and Blitz.
Oh yeah.
Can you please register so people see that you're coming?
Yeah, we're
Please,
looking
please.
forward to having
That
you
would
play in
mean a
that.
lot.
It's a day before I fly to Turkey, so
Oh,
Wow.
very nice. So you're not playing
Perfect timing.
You're playing the Blitz and Rapid, or just the?
I think I'll be able to play both.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
We haven't even recruited because to get like the GMs, IMs, we have to personally say,
Right.
yeah, you should do this.
Yeah.
So we're
Wow, that's great news to finish off
it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
to finish off the broadcast here. Thank you, Hosea. All right. For everybody here at the Mechanics Institute, I'm going to say good night, and I want to introduce I want to introduce Wanson Dejas, who without him, none of this would really be possible right now.
Ciao, guys.
So, okay, thanks, Cheetah Heart and Napalm. I want you to introduce yourself. I know who you are. I think I know you are, but
Yes, take care and see you next
you're
week.
welcome. Thanks, everybody. Please join us next week as we, for Tuesday, round 8 of the Mechanics Institute Tuesday night marathon. We hope to see you then. We will see you then. Good night, everybody.